couldn't ask for a better night tonight.
Give a quick synopsis.
Network, the leader in local news, sports, arts, and entertainment in southwestern Connecticut.
The following is a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and entertainment in Fairfield and Westchester counties.
Live from Lancaster Field at Tiger Hollow in Ridgefield, it's high school football on the HAN Network, and tonight, the Ridgefield Tigers, for their homecoming 2015, host the Trinity Catholic Crusaders, along with our entire crew and my partner, Chris Irway. I'm Rob Adams. I think we got a good one tonight. I've been saying it all day.
I think we've got two teams that are very equal on both the offensive and defensive side. Some breaking news earlier that we'll get to after the kickoff that could help the Trinity Catholic Crusaders.
Getting ready for the kickoff and the approach, and we are underway with an end-over-end kick that will come down at the 10-yard line. The Crusaders in the white uniforms with the gold pants as they bring it out to the 25-yard line as it's brought out by number 21, Nick Malia. He is a sophomore.
Rob, before the game today, we were told that 4 Ridgefield players, for disciplinary reasons, will be suspended for this game. 2 starters and 2 backup players. So a little bit of hit to the depth of Ridgefield. We'll see if Trinity Catholic can take advantage, especially with starting quarterback Anthony Lombardi, who has thrown for 638 yards and 7 touchdowns already in Trinity's first 3 games.
I've been looking forward to watching this young man play. They start very jumbled up in the backfield. Now they shift things up. Bring a receiver out to the near side left, John Patrizzi, and on first down from under center, the handoff to the right side. That's John Michael Bavona around the right end, and he'll slide down near the 49-yard line. Dante Cabelli on the far side brings him down after a gain of about 20.
Talked about John Michael Bavona on game day. Kind of a forgotten guy here because of the play of Anthony Lombardi, but Bavona has breakaway speed to the outside. He's just a junior, 5'8", 160 pounds, and he can turn on the Jets when he needs to.
A first down for the Crusaders. They look like the Green Bay Packers. From right to left they go. Shotgun set, and the receiver to the near side is Bavona. Around the left end, 30, 25, 20, stays on his feet, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 17-yard line. A gain of about 33 yards to be exact, and a first down.
Amazing that Trinity Catholic is in the S division, the small team division. They play all L and double L teams on their schedule, and they have a distinct disadvantage when it comes to the amount of players on their squad compared to Ridgefield, but not showing any ill effects of that with 2 huge chunk plays to Bavona. They've got a bevy of playmakers on the outside, especially Johnny Somers and Isaiah Sanders. They've combined for over 600 yards of offense and 23 catches.
Double nickels as we start here tonight, 55 degrees. I happen to be pretty fond of that number. First down at the Ridgefield 17. Handoff right side, goes to Malia, and he takes it off that right end down near the 11-yard line, a gain of 6.
I've talked a lot about this offensive line of Trinity Catholic. The 2 guys that you want to look at are the bookends, the tackles. Sean Ellersten and Timothy Val, 6'2", 290, and 6'2", 265. So those are the 2 guys that protect Anthony Lombardi. They do a great job of keying on blocks to the outside per Bavona. They're the guys, they're the road graders that we have to look at up front for the Trinity Catholic Crusaders.
2nd and 4 right near the 11-yard line. From right to left they go. From under center goes Lombardi. Lombardi gives it off to Bavona, just waits for the opening, finds it. He'll get a first down down near the 6. Cobelli in on the stop along with Will Carpenter.
So far, really great job by the offensive line of Trinity. On the other side of the coin, the defensive linemen for Ridgefield have had some surprisingly positive play. Nolan McDonald, Ryan Sturm, Richie Donovan, the linebackers, Leo Gravazzi, Dante Cobelli. They've played up to their potential these first couple games, but right now, Trinity Catholic kind of manhandling them up front.
First and goal at the Ridgefield 6 from the far hash from right to left they go, out of the eye with a man in motion. It looked like it might have been a little jet sweep coming, but instead it goes up the middle right to the goal line looking for a call for Bavona, and he's got it. Touchdown. A delayed call, but a 6-yard touchdown run. They wanted to make sure he broke the plane. He did, and the Crusaders just had their way, making it right down the line for the first 6 of the night.
And great effort by Bavona there. He was actually hit at about the 3-yard line. Got a great push from his offensive lineman. That's one of the things that offensive linemen love. They call it the scrum, when all the defenders kind of try to tackle the running back and the offensive linemen get together and start pushing forward. That's actually what got John Michael Bavona into the end zone right there.
Point after coming, after a wonderful opening drive. Move the ball over to the near hash as it sits at the 3. 9.5 to go in the first quarter.
Crusaders elect to go for 2.
Bavona, the lone setback as they go for 2 from the 3. Rolling right, rolling, flipping, open, but incomplete. Overthrowing the intended receiver, Isaiah Sanders. 9:31 to go in the opening stanza. And it's Trinity Catholic 6, Ridgefield coming to bat. We come back after this on the HAN Network.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
6-0 Trinity Catholic on the 6-yard Bavona touchdown run. They didn't even entertain the notion of kicking an extra point.
They seem supremely confident in going for 2. Lombardi just overthrew Sanders in the back of the end zone. He was wide open.
Yeah.
Wide open.
Yep. Absolutely did. But a nifty drive. I don't think that took any more than 6 plays.
No, I think 6 plays. I think right on it, actually.
6 plays, 65 yards, give or take. I mean, they just roared right down the field. Kickoff coming, 2 deep for the Ridgefield Tigers, down to our left, decked out in the orange jerseys tonight. The white numbers outlined in black, and the kickoff coming. Just a little pooch right up the middle. A ground ball that's actually loose. It was initially bobbled by Ridgefield. You talk about a scrum, we got a scrum here. Trinity says they've got it, of course. Joe Arcieri on the near side, very calm. And the body language indicates that it'll be Ridgefield football, and it is.
Talking a little bit about the Ridgefield offense today on game day, as we see number 12, Andrew Fowler, the starting quarterback, suffered a concussion, was kind of iffy throughout the week. He's going to start tonight, but wouldn't be surprised to see backup A.J. Fabry come into this ballgame as a change of pace. A much bigger quarterback, can utilize his feet a bit more, a little bit of a bruising quarterback, if you will, kind of like Cam Newton for the Carolina Panthers.
Drew Fowler waits in shotgun, wearing number 12, gives it off, bouncing, now turning it up the middle for a couple of yards near the 44-yard line. That is Petros Papadopoulos on the carry for a gain of about 4. Second down and 6. They will go with the no huddle. 2 receivers out to each side. Fowler waits in shotgun. Papadopoulos is a setback. Throws left side. It's complete. Out near midfield, but tackled immediately out to Colin Lowe, the junior. Short of a first down, a gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd and about a yard.
Brings up a 3rd down for the Tigers.
Now they will huddle up. A 3rd and a long 2 now that we see the ball get reset. 8:40 to go, first quarter, 6-0 Trinity Catholic.
And here comes A.J. Fabry and also Patrick Lang, number 5, who had 97 yards on 23 carries and 2 touchdowns in his last game. So a little bit more of a power package here for Ridgefield.
And they'll go out of what looks like almost the classic wing tee. settled under center, little pitch. That took a long time, and he's tripped up in the backfield. Took a long time to get that play and that little pitch going there, and it just never developed to Matt Lombardo.
Carries for Ridgefield. Taken down by
An
number
unfortunate
10.
start for Ridgefield, as they're going to have to punt. A nice run on first down, a solid throw from Drew Fowler, and then unfortunate to go into almost that flex bone formation, which is something they've actually done in games that we've seen here before, where they go spread formation, they go very quickly, they do up tempo, and then they kind of just go into this power formation, and it's worked to success. Unfortunately, not on this drive.
They will punt it away. In a 6-0 game, 7:39 to go first quarter. Good snap, plenty of time. Then almost had it blocked. Had a little too much time to get that to develop, and it'll roll fortuitously down to the 6-yard line. Colin Lowe wound up very lucky, though.
Ball stops at the
He
6
did
yard
very much.
line.
There were 3 very tall, very lanky Trinity Crusaders that were about to jump, and luckily Lowe just got it off in time, and a good result for Ridgefield. Now Trinity Catholic has to drive 95 yards.
6-0. Crusaders on top, 7:28 to go in the first frame in Ridgefield. If you were here during the daylight hours, you can get a sense of it now with the trees across the way. But earlier today, the trees that surround this valley, just absolutely beautiful, picturesque New England day, rather. First down, closer to the 6-yard line. Lombardi takes it. He'll hand it off. Bavona finds an opening, brings it near side. He'll get near the 9. Door closed. Good job defensively. Leo Grazaffi helped make the stop for the Tigers.
And for Ridgefield to win this game, especially with the suspensions that they've got to deal with, when they have the football, they need to rely on Patrick Lang, Colin Lowe, guys that can run the football, maybe a little bit in the hands of Drew Fowler with scrambling, but they need to keep the ball out of Trinity's hands. They've got too many playmakers on offense that match up so well against this Ridgefield defense. They have to do a lot with clock control tonight.
A very jumbled package in the backfield. Now they break it up, and Lombardi breaks out and comes under center. With a lone setback, Bavona uses play action. Deep ball right side, adjusting, and caught beautifully, almost breaking a tackle down into Ridgefield territory at the 37-yard line. Beautifully done to Isaiah Sanders. He looked like Jerry Rice making the over-the-shoulder catch.
Isaiah Sanders, a great play. The senior 6'2", 200-pound wide receiver. He's a mismatch against any team in the FCIAC. A nice little post pattern on the play-action pass. And then what a throw by Anthony Lombardi. When he first threw that, I thought it was going to be terribly underthrown because he launched it so high. It ended up being a perfect touch pass.
A gain of 53 yards and a first down, and a little something extra at the end of it. I just caught the indication just now, and yeah, they're picking up the ball and taking a walk.
There was a penalty also on the play. They'll tack on another 15 yards. Roughing the passer.
It's roughing the passer. I didn't see it.
So an even bigger break for Trinity Catholic. You get
Yeah.
the huge chunk play and then an additional 15 yards. I mean, that's what you really want when you're on your own 5-yard line. You want to pick up 70 yards in one play.
And that's exactly what they did. All the way down to the Ridgefield 23-yard line. Sanders will go out to the far right. Now out of the eye under center. And Lombardi getting Sanders in motion. They'll give the handoff, waiting Bavona. Bavona for maybe 2, down near the 21.
Avona carries for the Crusaders. Stopped
Senior
immediately.
defensive lineman Cody Loweth was in on the stop.
If you want to know how explosive John Michael Bavona in his last 2 games, he's gained 264 yards.
Brings up a second down. 2nd and 9.
Call it 2nd and 8 near the 22. Waiting in shotgun, 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the near side left, 1 in the backfield with Lombardi. Takes the shotgun set, gives it off, looking for an opening again and a couple of yards down near the 17-yard line. A gain of 4. First carry of the night for
Tackle made by
Justin
number
Green.
15, A.J. Fabric.
It's very interesting on the roster. Justin Green is listed as a slot back, something you typically don't see on a roster. Slot back, cornerback, a little bit more of like a scat back, I guess you could say. 5'10", 165 pounds.
Ball at the 17. It's a solid 3rd and 4 in a 6-0 game, under 5 to go first quarter. Receivers to each side. Giving it off again, trying the left side. Oh, making the turn outside the numbers into the end zone for the touchdown goes Nick Malia.
Really great job by Nick Malia to get to the outside and be patient. Ridgefield had this play snuffed out. They had a couple of defenders ready to tackle Malia. Unfortunately, they didn't contain. They didn't keep contained on the outside. Malia is able to cut it out all the way to the edge and then turned on the Jets. And another easy touchdown drive for Trinity Catholic.
95 yards, give or take. And again, of course, aided by the penalty, but also the big 55-yard completion. Looks like they'll go for 2 again. Now up 12-0 with under 5 to go in the first. Nope, this time maybe they're going to, yes, they will indeed go for 2 out of the eye with a receiver to the near side. They'll give it off and waltzing into the end zone for the conversion. That was basically too easy. Was it Bavona on the carry? I wasn't sure that it was.
It was Bavona, yep.
Bavona is the call then, and it's a 14-0 Trinity Catholic lead. 4:48 to go, first quarter. We're out for a break. We continue after this. You're watching high school football on the HAN Network.
Darien Sport Shop is a unique store because it's a family store. A busy mom can come in with kids in tow and find everything she needs for them, and even find a dress for herself for Saturday night. And if she's in a rush, she can simply go home and order it from us that night. We'll deliver it the next day. The Darien Sport Shop. We're pretty on the outside and amazing on the inside. Conveniently located with free and easy parking at 1127 Post Road, Darien, Connecticut. Or shop us online at dariensport.com.
14-0, 4:48 to go, first quarter. Ridgefield's got to find some offense and quick, and they also need to figure out how to stop Trinity Catholic.
Back deep for Ridgefield, Lombardo and Gatus.
Lombardo and Gatus, the deep men. This is a short end-over-end kick that will come down at the 28. It's Dante Cobelli to the near side, finds an opening, 40, midfield, left down the near sideline, and he'll get to the 43-yard line. Good field position. You get the sense that the Crusaders aren't very high in their kicking game.
Yeah, they don't seem very confident at all. Two-point conversion attempts, and then kind of a squib kick, and then kind of almost like a pooch kick. Doesn't seem like they're very confident. But how about Dante Cobelli for Ridgefield, getting this crowd ignited and fired up a bit, and the sideline as well. That was needed. He kind of put his shoulder down right at the end of that play there and ran over a Trinity Catholic defender.
There was a hint of rumbling, bumbling, stumbling there. 2 receivers to each side, shotgun snap, first down. Fowler started to his left, rolls right, still rolling, does throw, dangerous and incomplete. Well over the head of the intended receiver on the near side, Chris Longo. 2nd and 10.
Brings up a second down for the Tigers.
Couple of defenders in the area, including Johnny Somers, the captain, one of the linebackers for Trinity Catholic, 6'3", 185-pound senior. He had a chance to pick off that football there.
And a flag was down, so that backs it up. It's a holding call. Second penalty against the Cats. They've been penalized twice for 25.
Well, Rob, the good news is we're not on pace for record penalties in this game.
So far, so good. Let's not jinx it.
Knock on wood.
Thank you very much. That's exactly what I needed. 2nd and 22 as they move the ball all the way back to the Ridgefield 45-yard line. Remember that great field position? Not so much now. 2 receivers each side, shotgun snap, rolling. Fowler rolling to his right, rolling, fires it, and it's incomplete, intended for Longo on the near sideline. He was matched up with Willie Sadler.
It's a designed rollout for Andrew Fowler there. Unfortunately, the offensive line for Ridgefield was not able to maintain their blocks, and this defensive line for Trinity Catholic starting to get a bit of pressure, so I understand why the offense for Ridgefield is calling these designed rollout plays, get Fowler on the edge and give him a run-pass option.
One more time, 2 receivers to each side on 3rd and 22. They've got to get down near the 34, the 33-yard line. Shotgun snap, Fowler, waiting, over the middle, Longo makes the catch and takes the hit. A first down for the Tigers.
Great throw there by Fowler. And what a play there by Johnny Somers, getting to the ball right when he caught it and putting a big hit. And credit the receiver for holding on to that football.
Excellent job. First down for the Tigers. From left to right they go from the far hash marks. They trail 14-0. Trying the sweep, it's instead going to be Fowler on the draw, and they'll tumble down off the little play action inside the 25 to the 23. Nice little fake, and then he did it himself with the keeper.
Yeah, a little jet sweep read option there. Fowler decides to keep it, didn't like the jet sweep play, and was able to pick up a few yards.
Brings up a second down for the Tigers.
Second down. Only a gain of 2 because obviously from shotgun he had a lot of running to do. Fowler again staying at quarterback. He takes it. Quick pass right side, Longo dances around a man, was able to get down near the 21, but still a ways to go.
To number 10, Chris Longo.
He had a man draped on him almost immediately. Willie Sadler once again.
And Longo's going to be that possession and red zone target for Ridgefield. He's 6'3", and 175 pounds. So he's that tall mismatch for Ridgefield.
Big down here for the offensive Tigers. Let's hear it, Ridgefield.
3rd and 5 at the 22. The PA likes to get the crowd stirred here. Longo in motion. Didn't stir him for long on this homecoming night. 3 receivers out to the left. Little pitch left side. Papadopoulos dancing. First down as he gets down near the 11.
Pitch to Papadopoulos as he finds some nifty running room off to the left side.
So Papadopoulos able to get the first down. That play looked like it had a chance to be disastrous with the little, it looked like it took a moment for that pitch to take place.
But also a really great crackback block by Colin Lowe there on the outside to spring Papadopoulos for a few extra yards.
A first down, quick pass over the middle. Trying to dance down near inside the 10.
That's number 22 for Ridgefield.
It was Papadopoulos, so actually not on the pass, excuse me. It was just Papadopoulos off the little pitch again.
For a couple of yards.
But a couple of yards. They're ready again, quickly, down near the 7. Rolling, Fowler, fires right, has a man, Longo to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers.
With number 10, Chris Longo for the Ridgefield touchdown.
Simple play, nice little rollout by Fowler. Longo hits the flat, nice catch, breaks a tackle, and an easy score for Ridgefield. A much-needed score to get back in this ball game and turn that momentum around.
Trying to cut it to a 7-point game.
Papadopoulos for the PA
Papadopoulos, he not only runs it, he kicks it. And he'll try to kick it right here. Though they are taking a long look and they need an extra body, so very quickly from the near sideline, charging out goes Cody Loweth. They did not have enough men. Now ready, out of the hold of Luke Gatos.
Hagel's in there snapping.
There's the snap, spot, kick, up, end over end, and good. 2:07 to go in the first quarter. Ridgefield is on the board. Trinity Catholic 14, Ridgefield 7. We come back to Tiger Hollow right after this with the Tigers now needing a defensive stand. You're watching some Friday Night Football, the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking. To a partner that makes small businesses feel big. Where community comes first. Where high-tech tools go hand in hand with a human touch. Where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver. Where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well, bank smart, bank local, bank well.
As I said when we went to break, the Tigers now need a defensive stop, and so far early on, they haven't shown that they can do that.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, with the way John Michael Bavona is running, they're going to need to stack the box, 8 or 9 guys, and have Anthony Lombardi beat them down the field, which is something he's been known to do.
Kickoff here is a ground ball that bounces initially off of Justin Green. Now scooped up and run near the 25-yard line.
The problem for Ridgefield, especially with their defense, is that Trinity Catholic is so balanced on offense. They've got the playmaking running back in John Michael Pavona. They've got a solid leader at the quarterback position who can run it and throw it. And then they've got receivers on the outside, like a guy like Sanders, who can burn a defense, and especially with Patrick Mullery, one of the defensive backs for Ridgefield, who's out for the season after suffering an injury against Norwalk. I mean, they're already depleted in the secondary. You combine that with the suspensions. I mean, it's pretty tilted on one side right now.
Ball at the 31, so good field position. It's a little bit of a different perspective from where we're calling the game. So many times we call a game from right near midfield. More often than not, at least we hope we can. Tonight, a little down near the 35, but a nice perspective, and they always treat us well here. First down for the Crusaders as a horn goes off. Stepping back, rolling right, pump fake. Lombardi breaks the tackle, throws it far side, looking for a receiver. Looks like he got it. He did. My goodness, catch made on the far side by Dylan Dane.
Dylan Dane, number 41, comes down with that completion.
It's a gain of 12 to the 42.
And how often do we see a fullback anymore in any type of football?
No.
But Dylan Dane, the fullback and middle linebacker, he's a senior, 5'11", 225 pounds. So a little bit of a bowling ball getting out in the flat there and coming down, showing some hands. A nice little catch.
A couple of old school coaches on the staff of Don Panipata. That can't hurt things. And Donnie Panipata's got some old school ways to himself. First down for his Crusaders. They lead 14-7 late in the first quarter. Lombardi had plenty of time, and he's wrestled down. It should go as a sack, although it was only about a loss of a yard in the end.
And Lombardi wanted Johnny Somers, the senior captain, on a little quick slant. It wasn't there, taken away by the Ridgefield defense. And then Lombardi to scramble around. Lucky to only lose, a yard. Really not even. He actually got back to the line of scrimmage.
Ryan Sturm helped make that stop. Leo Grazaffi as well. Looks like they would share the sack if we're going to keep such things.
Tell you, the one thing that wasn't old school about Donnie Panipata today on game day were his shoes. Did you see those things?
Those were beautiful.
Those were fresh. Those were a fresh pair of sneakers.
Fresh kicks.
That's it.
Receiver to the near side, Sanders, but they'll go to the ground on second down, and it's Bavona to carry tacklers right to the 49-yard line. They'll come up about 2.5 short of a first down.
It's tough for me to take you seriously when you say fresh kicks.
Come on. Give me something. The amount of grief I've taken today from between you and Don Eng. Rough crowd. Down to 10 to go in the quarter.
You know what I always say is if you get made fun of by me, it's a sign of respect.
Absolutely true. First quarter comes to an end. Entertaining for sure. Tigers on the scoreboard after one quarter at Lancaster Field at Tiger Hollow. Trinity Catholic 14, Ridgefield 7. Second quarter starts right after this. You're watching high school football. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Do you do a lot of running around but get nowhere when you're buying a car? Visit Pamby Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram for the one-stop buying experience and stop spinning your wheels.
Can be bought online at tigerhollow.com or at
Second quarter getting ready to get underway here at Ridgefield. And high school football on the HAN Network, brought to you by Bankwell, Coastal Orthopedics, and by the Darien Sports Shop. We thank all of them for their support. With Eric Gendron, AJ Simonowski, Chris Irway, I'm Rob Adams. We've done this before.
I think we've done it a few times.
We've done okay.
Yeah, I think we're a pretty good team.
Third and a long 2 at midfield. 14-7 as we start the second quarter. A receiver to the far left. Out of the eye, Lombardi and Trinity Catholic. To the ground with John Michael Bavona. He was stopped in the backfield, danced his way for a first down, a gain of 3. He was stopped, though. They had him.
He had a couple of jump cuts there. that were able to spring him for a few extra yards, picks up the first down. Really great job by John Michael Bavona, just being patient and then showing the athleticism.
You know, Chris Berman is so polarizing, but you can't help but think of whoop as you watched what he did right there.
It's very true.
Second quarter underway in a 14-7 game. Bavona and Malia, the touchdowns for the Crusaders. Longo, a 7-yard touchdown catch from Fowler for Ridgefield. Trinity Catholic brings 2 receivers near side right. Lombardi in shotgun. Takes it and gives it, fakes it to Bavona. Now he rolls right. Deep ball. Sanders adjusting. Catch made at the 14. Push the defender out of the way. That was Will Carpenter on the coverage, but it's a first down. I mean, I'm amazed I saw no flag. A first down at the Ridgefield 14.
Yeah, absolutely could have been called for offensive pass interference. The referees decided to keep the flag in their pocket. What a great job of adjusting to what was an underthrown football there by Lombardi, but Sanders, a great job to concentrate, readjust, and come down with the football there. That actually wasn't the play that Lombardi was looking for. He was looking for Somers over the middle and a little seam route, but really good job to adjust and then put it up to his tallest receiver.
A first down at the Ridgefield 14 on the near side hash and a 14-7 lead. Shotgun snap. They go to the ground with Lombardi, who does get tripped up but tumbles into the end zone. Touchdown Crusaders.
And we've talked about Lombardi's arm for, every game he's played. I mean, he throws the ball consistently well. One of the things that he also does very well is run the football, especially out of the read option. You give it to John Michael Bavona the entire first quarter. The defense starts to key in on him the entire game, and then you run that read option, you put it in his belly, and then at the last second you take it out, and Lombardi goes easily into the end zone for a big touchdown for Trinity Catholic. They are unstoppable on offense right now.
They absolutely are, and they will go for 2 once again. That has been their game plan so far. So set the ball down on the far hash at the 3. $20-7 right now, pending the conversion.
The Crusaders elect to go for 2.
They'll stack up on the line of scrimmage, working in shotgun this time, with a receiver to the left. Takes it, now he gives it, looked like Malia, and it looks like he came up a hair short off that left side.
Gets denied.
That's a break in at least one way for the Tigers.
Trinity Catholic 20.
And unfortunately for Ridgefield right now, it is, do or die. They really need to get a stop against this Trinity Catholic offense.
And they need to keep scoring. 10:51 to go in the first half. Trinity Catholic 20, Ridgefield 7. We'll take a timeout. It's high school football. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network. Welcome back to Ridgefield High School. We actually have something kind of cool set up tonight, but hopefully folks will stop by and look at it because it is pretty cool. We've got a screen set up with the broadcast projecting onto it.
It's a very cool setup.
I like it. I liked it better when we were on the kind of the granite work. It's not granite, but you know what I mean. It was on the brickwork
on the stone?
Yes, the stone. Thank you. Off the little short kickoff. It's good field position for the Tigers. But it was just kind of fun to see our faces on that stone before.
It is cool. It is very cool to see our faces on the side of a building, no less. I mean, very cool.
I took a picture. I'll try to post it later on, but you're not posting anything here tonight. You're lucky if you're able to text your friend and say, come to the game. First down for the Tigers. They busted up the middle with Papadopoulos into Trinity territory at the 49-yard line.
After another squib kick, it seems that Trinity Catholic is okay giving great field position to Ridgefield. They're confident in their defense that they can pull out enough stops in this game to win it, but they really have no confidence in kicking the ball deep.
Fowler waits in shotgun, 3 receivers out to his right, looking to throw quickly, flips it into the flat, finds a man to the 43-yard line as it's complete to Luke Gatos. Nick Malia makes the stop for the Crusaders. Comes up short of a first down.
And for Ridgefield, with the way their defense is playing, I would be very surprised if they don't pick it up on third down, that they're not going for it. It's kind of like no man's land territory where if you punt, you only really pick up a few extra yards. You might as well go for it if you can't pick up this third down.
3rd and 2, 10-20 to go in the first half. Direct snap and trying for the first down, and coming up short was Fowler. That was snuffed out quickly as he was brought down by Chris Chacharella, the middle linebacker.
I'm a little surprised there that if you're going to run that play, why not bring in A.J. Fabry, the backup quarterback? You know, he's 6'1", 215 pounds, where Fowler is 5'9", 160 pounds.
4th and a yard at the Trinity Catholic 43. 20-7. Crusaders with the lead. Looking to throw. Fowler has a man. It's a first down outside the numbers, right on the near side to Colin Lowe.
I really like the game plan by Ridgefield here, especially Fowler coming back from a concussion. They're not asking him to do too much. The one long pass, the long go over the middle, but other than that, it's been pretty much 5 to 7 yard hitches and flat routes, which I really it's working right now for Ridgefield.
A first down as the Crusaders look to rush 5. Pass complete into the flat, waiting, looking off the screen. It's across the 35, and that's the best they could do as it was complete to Matt Lombardo. Was kind of funny during a break before I heard them playing a instrumental version of Sweet Caroline, and it reminded me of something that I thought this week. I actually tweeted it too. I'll get to that in a moment. 9:10 to go in the first half, 20-7 Crusaders. Crusaders rushing 4 now. Fowler throws right side, diving toward the sticks is Longo. Let's see if they give him the forward progress. They will. It's a first down.
Really impressed with Chris Longo, as now these Trinity Catholic Crusader cornerbacks starting to creep up on the receiver, starting to play a little bit more press coverage, not giving them as big of a cushion. They're going to start jumping these hitch routes. 5
receivers total, empty backfield. Fowler waits, takes. He's going to do it himself. Dancing and weaving right up the middle, and able to grab him right at the last minute was Johnny Somers after a gain of, let's call it 12, near the 15-yard line.
And if Ridgefield keeps completing these little hitch routes, don't be surprised to see a hitch and go with Longo or one of these other receivers, potentially Colin Lowe, where they fake that little 5-yard hitch and then try to blow past a defender that tries to jump that route.
8:39 to go first half, clock running. Tigers don't huddle. 3 receivers left, 2 right in a 20-7 Crusader lead. Shotgun snap for Fowler. Looks, timing pattern, right side. Fowler, and incomplete into double coverage. Looking for flags or the crowd. They're not going to get it. So, of course, Sweet Caroline's become very synonymous with the Red Sox.
Yes.
Big sing-along there. Well, the Mets are trying to create a sing-along on Piano Man. And I tweeted to the Red Sox and said, look, you guys have already ruined Sweet Caroline for me. Now the Mets are going to try to ruin Piano Man? I mean, you and I are both huge Billy Joel fans,
yes.
But come on. A timeout will be spent by the Tigers with 8:22 to go in the first half. I mean, don't ruin good music.
No, don't ruin it. And, if it was the Dodgers trying to do that, I might be okay with it. But it's the Mets. And
if the Yankees want to do a sing-along to Piano Man,
of course you'd be okay with it.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. Your regular crowd shuffles in. Come on. 8:22 to go in the first half. We have a 20-7 lead for Trinity Catholic. And, the Crusaders, for the most part, have been moving the ball at ease. And the Tigers have to find a way to come up with a stop.
They have to be able to get their defense off the field, because by the time the second half rolls around, they're going to be worn out. And Ridgefield doing a great job actually moving the football now against Trinity Catholic. The first couple drives kind of stalled out with penalties and things like that. But other than that, they've been able to move the ball pretty nicely. The question is, you have to be able to put it in the end zone. You can't just come away with field goals, especially with the way Trinity Catholic is rolling on offense. It is imperative that Ridgefield puts this drive in the end zone.
Boy, this crowd was very late arriving. 6 o'clock, this place was empty, but all of a sudden, it is filled in here. Plenty of students, and now the parents have all made their way in. Great crowd for homecoming.
A little Chavez Ravine action, a little late arriving crowd, but now completely full in the stands, and they are getting pumped for the call right here on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 indeed as we come back off the timeout. Shotgun snap, pass complete near side. Oh, wait a minute, almost dropped a flag down at the 15. Came out to the near side to Gatos, and they ruled it an incomplete pass. And some Trinity Catholic fans as well made the trip up from Stamford. One thing about Ridgefield, and I happen to love Ridgefield a lot, but it's not the easiest town in the world to get to.
Right. I completely agree. Actually, it's funny is that I saw a boatload of Trinity Catholic fans come in on this side of the stands and go sit down.
Third penalty against the Tigers. They have been penalized 3 times for 35 yards. It's a holding call against the guys in the orange jerseys. Look once again. I'm always fond of whatever Ridgefield comes up with. Their uniforms are generally pretty classic, and this is another good look for them tonight. Third and 20 at the 25 in Trinity territory. 5 receivers total. Fowler trying to thread the needle, dropping it in, and unable to come up with it is Longo.
And that almost hit Longo in the shoulder pad.
Yeah, it almost did.
It was a bit underthrown. If Fowler leads him just a bit more to the back of the end zone, I think Longo, catches that touchdown.
What do you think of the call? You need 20. They tried to go for the whole thing. Now it's 4th and long, and you can tell they're going for it. Would you prefer that you kind of bite off a little less on 3rd down, get closer to the first?
I mean, I've always been the proponent of if you're at 3rd and 20 and you're going for it on 4th down, try to pick up about half. Try to pick up 10 to 12 yards and make it manageable, because now you're probably not confident in your kicker to come out from this distance. You're looking at probably a 42-yard field goal. Instead, now it's 4th and basically goal. I mean, you've got to probably throw another pass to the end zone.
Sure. Long chat here with the Crusaders and their head coach, Donnie Panipata, who's done a wonderful job with this program. Standing about 5 yards away from him, and I can tell by the body language.
Third down for the Ridgefield Tigers. Third down.
Just watching his body language, I can tell that is Rich Albanizio, the longtime Greenwich coach. 3rd and 20. Looking to throw. Rolling right. Somers broke that tackle. Fowler flips it, and it's incomplete. Now it is 4th down. Trying to find Longo, but there was a lot going on there, and he couldn't make anything happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, great coverage by Trinity Catholic in the secondary. Fowler rolling to his right, trying to find an open receiver. Could not do it. So now, 4th and 20. From here, it's going to be a 42-yard field goal, and looks like they might try it as they bring in kind of a mass substitution.
Let's see if somebody comes in tee in hand. And I don't think, on comes Papadopoulos, so they will try it. It will be, you're looking about 42 yards from here.
Ridgefield comes out for a field goal.
Watch out for Sanders as he stands back near the 10.
Petros Papadopoulos.
Papadopoulos looks things over. Soccer-style kicker moves to the near side. Gatos the holder. Snap is good. Spot, kick. End over end. It is short, and it is about 3 yards short.
Just ball short.
A good effort by Papadopoulos, but it's a little colder tonight. The ball's not going to go as far. A little bit of breeze up there, but not much, and probably just outside of Papadopoulos' range.
So that comes with 7:54 to go in the second quarter. A miss of 42.
And a missed opportunity big time for Ridgefield. They had a pretty easy time actually driving down the field, and then the drive kind of stalled with a couple of penalties, and now Trinity Catholic takes over, and they've been a machine on offense.
I have to absolutely make sure to recognize how wonderful the Ridgefield program is. This is one of the best I have seen, and it looks like Lombardi's going to spend a timeout, which gives me an extra moment to talk about it. For years, whenever I've come here, I've been able to at least glance at a program, if not get one. This is amazing, because so many times you'll come up with programs that are just all ads, and we get that. Of course, that's the name of the game. You're trying to support what's being done, get a few pictures and all that. And the Greenwich program, we got many of them over the years. Those were great as well. But there's a lot in this program.
I mean, this is hefty. I remember mine from senior year. It was about maybe a quarter the size of this. It was like 10 pages. I mean, this is a hefty program.
Yes.
And really well done.
Yes, but of those 10 pages, at least 7 were dedicated to you.
Oof. In fact, none were dedicated to me.
Come on, you're just saying that. You're just talking. That's just crazy talk, right?
No,
there.
actually, my mom and dad said, "Hey, do you want us to take a full page ad out? It was a couple $100 or whatever." And I said, "You really don't have to if you don't want to." And they said, "All right, good, because we really didn't want to."
Off the quick timeout, shotgun set, Bavona left side, turns it, able to get for a couple of yards to the 23-yard line. 20-7 our score. Trinity Catholic on top. 7:40 clock running first half.
We've got a hold on Trinity.
First penalty of the night against them.
So that's going to back them up.
There's a flag on the play. Looks like it's holding against the Crusaders.
Couple of other games that I thought were kind of interesting tonight. Hopefully you've had a chance to glance over and check out the work of the Stanford Black Knight broadcasters. They are hosting Staples tonight, but also Greenwich and Trumbull playing. I think that's an interesting ball game.
I think it would be. I think it's going to be closer, and I'm not sure what the score is, but especially because you can't get service here.
Right.
But I expected a really close game.
Yeah, I expect that to be a close one, and the winner is able to at least stay in the conversation for the FCIAC.
Agreed.
Tough road to hoe with Darien, New Canaan, and Staples all undefeated, but still. First down now. Back near the 12. To the ground. Bavona breaks a tackle near side. And he comes up near the 24-yard line.
Makes a nice open field tackle for Ridgefield. On number 3.
You can see John Michael Bavona has one of his right arm sleeve is pink, dedicated for, of course, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. As you can see, a couple different, pink towels. For Trinity Catholic. Not so much the socks for really either team, which we normally see in the month of October.
A change in the backfield. That's why I'm hesitating. It's a change at quarterback. Nick Granata, a junior, is under center. And the give is shut down at the line of scrimmage. Bavona again. But I noticed that, and I wanted to make sure I was seeing that correctly. I knew I saw number 10 out there, but players shift from one position to another. Numbers aren't exactly, they still matter, but they're not exactly what they used to be.
So the question is, when Lombardi took that timeout, do we think I thought it was something with maybe he didn't like the setup of the defense with his offense, the play call wasn't right, but potentially, maybe he isn't 100%.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We will look out for number 12 on 3rd and 4. That would be a huge game changer here. Shotgun snap and movement on the line. That is going to be a false start, setting up 3rd and 9. Second penalty for the Crusaders. Second on this drive now.
And it looked like that was the tight end, Johnny Somers. Kind of left his post right at the end of the offensive line a bit early.
Now you take one look at Johnny Somers, and of course he's not as big as the player I'm going to mention. But look at that uniform. Look at number 4. It looks a little weird, to be fair. Brett Favre.
It looks a little weird, I will say.
Well, when you look at Lombardi wearing 12, I mean, that's discount double check. Aaron Rodgers looking to throw, throwing left side. It's incomplete. So Granada trying to find a man, looking to find Dominic Srevic on that far side.
So that's really all that Ridgefield needed, is a change in quarterback.
At least for a moment.
Trinity Catholic, at least for right now. And we're going to see the first punt for Trinity Catholic.
Charlie Bonaparte goes back to his own 45. Now Bonaparte shifts up, and Dante Cobelli jumps in. So Bonaparte now will serve as an up man. That was a little odd. Let's see what the punting team is like for the Crusaders. High snap. Bavona gets it away. Cobelli almost watched that land at his feet. In fact, he did watch it land at his feet. Fortunately, he didn't touch it. Ball goes back to the 41.
Good job there by John Michael Bavona. It's very rare that you see your star running back also be your punter.
Yeah. 30-yard punt, no return. 20-7, 5:09 to go, first half. Homecoming night here at Ridgefield High School.
So Ridgefield loses 4 players to a disciplinary suspension. Trinity Catholic, at least for right now, without their starting quarterback, things have evened out a bit more in this ballgame.
Waiting in shotgun, Fowler with 5 receivers total. Bounces off of one tackle. He won't bounce off of the next one. He's lucky to get near the 39, or rather the 41, to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Tackle by number 50.
And unfortunately, the wrong play call there, as Fowler was going to keep that, and they brought about 8 guys on an all-out blitz, did Trinity Catholic, so nowhere to go for Fowler.
Nick Malia off the near edge. Almost got him in the backfield. 4-4 remaining first half, 20-7, Trinity Catholic. Shotgun snap for Fowler, looks right, throws right, does find Longo along the hash marks, breaks a tackle to get near midfield.
Completed to number 10, Chris Longo.
Tackled by Chris Chacharella, the sophomore middle linebacker.
And it is very close to a first down. I think he's going to be just short, as there's a bit of discussion from the officials.
Tigers ready now on 3rd and about a yard. Fowler himself will get the first down. Tackled by Johnny Somers near the 45. Stops the clock with 4:18 to go in the first half.
Tackle made by number 4, Johnny Somers.
Ball down at the Trinity Catholic 45-yard line. 5 receivers total. Showing blitz are the Crusaders. Good protection, and dropped in and caught by Longo along the hash marks into the end zone. Touchdown, Ridgefield.
And what a play by Ridgefield. I have to think that was a bit of a lucky break, as Longo came from out of nowhere. I thought that ball was going to be intercepted. Longo with a deep in cut comes across the middle and just plucks the ball from out of nowhere. I thought the ball was going to be intercepted by one of the defenders from Trinity Catholic. Longo cuts it off and then takes it to the house, showing his speed right up the middle, breaking a tackle and carrying a defender into the end zone.
Papadopoulos trying to close it to a 6-point game.
Jenner Hagel is in there snapping.
Snap is good, spot kick. It is up, and it is good. 3:57 to go in the first half, and the Tigers have cut it to 20-14. We take a timeout. We're back to Ridgefield. After this, you're watching high school football. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Here at the Darien Sports Shop, we were very excited about our newly redesigned men's department. Gentlemen, if you're shopping for work, weekend, or wedding, we've got the latest styles and trends inside our spacious new department just for you. We have vast selections from Peter Millar, Vineyard Vines, Johnny O, Duckhead, Barber, and so much more. And you can even walk out of the store in the new Wolverine 1,000-mile men's boot. Conveniently located with free and easy parking at 1127 Post Road, Darien, Connecticut. Or shop us online at dariensport.com.
20-14, Trinity Catholic on top of Ridgefield. 3:57 to go before the break here at Lancaster Field at Tiger Hollow. Let's see if Lombardi comes back in for the Crusaders as we wait on the kickoff. Here is the approach and the kick. Just a line drive that is taken near the 11-yard line. Dancing around one defender out near the 25 and then gang tackled a little while back.
Swarming gang tackle by the Ridgefield Tigers coming down on that kickoff unit.
On that far side, Malia with the return. And first down action coming up for the Crusaders.
And it looks like Nick Granata is coming out to lead this offense, so we don't see Anthony Lombardi now the second drive in a row, as I'm trying to find him on the sideline.
Me too.
And I think I see him.
All the way over. Do you see what I see near the bench?
I do see it near the bench. His pads are up a little bit. His jersey is lifted. And
yes.
I will be honest, he does not have the happiest look on his face.
First down, John Michael Bavona breaks a few tackles, able to get about 3 near the 28-yard line. Standing right over, not too far from assistant coach Rich Albanizio. What a turn of events in this game then.
And Lombardi talking with looks like the head athletic trainer. Be interested to see if he returns in this ball game.
Nick Granata now at quarterback. To the ground, Bavona, and a good ankle tackle on the near side. With a flag down at the end of the play, Grazafi and Patrick Lang made the stop, but let's see what's going on with this call.
There is a flag on the play.
The flag sits at the 35. It's against Trinity Catholic.
It looked like potentially an illegal hands to the face or a face mask of some kind. So that's going to back up Trinity Catholic. And now you've got a quarterback that has barely gotten any playing time. I'm not sure if any. With the way Anthony Lombardi has played, you really have to worry about if you can throw the football, if you trust him enough to throw the football. Now, if you're Ridgefield, you can stack 8-9 guys in the box, key in on John Michael Bavona, stop the run, and force Nick Granata to have to take the ball down the field.
So this now turns into a 2nd and 16 back at the 17. Ball on the near hash. From left to right go the Crusaders out of shotgun Granata with a receiver to each side. Does take it, gives it off to Malia, who will take it around the left side. Breaks one tackle. First down, yardage, and more, and he's rode out of bounds by Will Carpenter across the 40-yard line.
Malia carries for the Crusaders.
It doesn't really do anything to stack the box with 8 or 9 guys if you can't keep contained. And once again, Nick Malia, on the same play that he scored on the touchdown, is able to break it to the outside for a big gain for Trinity Catholic, and they are in business again.
A gain of 29 yards and a first down for Trinity Catholic in a 20-14 game with 2:42 to go before the break. Sanders, the receiver, comes near side right, matched up with Carpenter. In shotgun, Granata fires, complete to the far side, and midfield, the catch made by John Patrizzi.
By the Crusaders.
The sophomore receiver, 5'10", 165.
Comes in for the quick hit. Brings up a second down.
Do you ever want to try doing PA?
At the 50-yard line.
That's not really my thing. I think I'd lose my voice almost instantly.
I don't think, I've done it. I've had fun with it. I don't think I'm particularly good, and there's a reason. Besides the fact I'm just not talented. In a 20-14 game, under center, at midfield on second down, Bavona going to bring it near side. If he gets to the edge, he's dangerous. He does, a flag down, gets the 41, but it's coming back. You saw the body language very quickly of Dylan Dane. He knew it was coming back.
Flag on the play.
And so another hold is going to back up Trinity Catholic. Seems like every time they take a couple steps forward, they take a couple back now with a couple, bad holding penalties in a row. We'll see if Donnie Panapata and Coach Albanizio and the rest of the staff trust Granata enough to put the ball in the air here on 2nd and long.
The reason I don't think I'm particularly good as a PA, I'm not a big personality PA guy. I'm more in that Bob Shepard mold of very, just the facts, ma'am.
You're kind of like that on broadcast, too.
Kinda. 2nd and 16, back near the 39-yard line. Low snap. Granata waits, good protection, just angles it up and overthrows his man down the far side. But I did have fun doing it. I actually did several basketball games for Monroe College down in New York, and I did a few things at Greenwich over the years, a couple of things here and there. I actually had an offer to go do another one this weekend, but it's fun, but I feel like I'm not the big personality guy to do such a thing.
Right.
And that's become the thing. And really, I think the pioneer of that is Ray Clay, who did the public address. We loved him for the Bulls.
Yeah,
those introductions of the Bulls in the 90s, you can't replicate that. It was just the best. 3rd and 16, near side, 39-yard line. Granata does give it off to Bavona, taken down in the backfield and fired up. Patrick Lang, the linebacker.
Really great job by Patrick Lang, shooting the gap, tackling Bavona, and going low, making sure to grab the ankle, take him down. Trinity Catholic moving backwards now. Bavona will have to come in and punt the football away again, and momentum clearly on the side of the Ridgefield Tigers right now.
And Ridgefield takes a timeout with 1:20 to go before the break. But, a score coming in, by the way, and you're not going to like this.
I'm sure I'm not.
Darien 22, McMahon 3.
Hey, at least we scored.
Second quarter.
McMahon, I mean, it's a rebuilding year for Brian McMahon. They lost every single piece of their offense, so I'm not surprised by the score, especially with how great Darien is.
I don't disagree. A quick timeout. We're back after this with a timeout on the field, 20-14. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN network.
Back to school means back to busy, and Stewart's Market can save you precious time by stocking all of your favorite essentials under one roof. For a healthy start to school, we have all the ingredients. Walter Stewart's, your family-owned fresh local market, 229 Elm Street and at stewartsmarket.com.
Waiting on the punt as Bavona goes deep. Trumbull has a 20-14 lead on Greenwich, and Staples up 14-0 second quarter on Stamford. High snap, Bavona steps into it and gets it away. A spinner that bounces down and takes a great roll down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line.
At the 24-yard line, as your Ridgefield Tigers take the field, it'll be 1st and 10, Ridgefield Tigers.
You don't have any interest in going and playing a little touch football over there in the other field?
I would.
Me too.
I'd hurt like you know what tomorrow. I'm still feeling golf in my shoulders 3 days later.
Is that what it's like to get old?
Yes, it is.
Man.
Did my son tell you to say that?
I might have spoken to him before the game.
Yeah. Yeah, you and Sean in cahoots. That would not surprise me. First down, 5 receivers total. Moving around Fowler, not even thinking about throwing. He just runs it off the edge. He's got to get out of bounds, though. That play took a lot to develop and really gets right to the line of scrimmage at best. And a timeout now.
Brought down by number 9, Isaiah Sanders.
And it's indicated against Ridgefield with 56.5 to go before the break. Ridgefield now out of timeouts. I'm a little baffled by that call.
Yeah, especially if you're gonna take a timeout afterwards, at least throw the ball. Throw it to the sideline where your receiver can get out of bounds. And if you're gonna throw it deep down the middle, so then you can take that timeout. The clock's gonna stop to reset the chains, but don't just run a quarterback sweep and a long developing play, especially that gains no yards.
Yeah.
Now you look at the other side. It's not really gonna matter because Trinity Catholic only has one timeout too. So after this next play, even if they take a timeout, they're not gonna be able to stop the clock. So more than likely, if Ridgefield wants to run out the clock and get the half, they can do so. But it is an interesting play call there on first down.
56.5 to go in the first half. 20-14. Rushing 5 are the Crusaders. Fowler will throws far side, just trying to get Longo to break out of containment. And, of course, he does catch the ball near the 30, and now a whistle stops things. I thought Ridgefield was out of timeouts, but it looks like they just took one.
Another timeout is called for Ridgefield.
So I missed one, actually. Trinity took another one, so that's on me.
Well, now if they don't pick up first down, Trinity can call a timeout and
seriously.
potentially return a punt.
So, I just spied somebody in the crowd wearing a jersey, and we haven't decided what the deal is for us for Halloween. Now, you and I have kind of created a little Halloween tradition.
Yeah.
Last year, we
Yes.
were basically the spirits of Craig Sager.
Yeah.
Who seems to be doing better physically, health getting better, we hope. So
Were we really the spirits of Craig Sager, or were we just some really gaudy, 1970s broadcasters?
We were inspired by Craig Sager.
Okay.
Yes, inspired by Craig Sager. And we looked darn good. I mean, heck, we had company in the booth coming up and taking pictures with us.
Very true.
We had a good time with that last year. And that was a radio broadcast. It wasn't even video. So we got to think about, there's been talk about what to do this year. But if I don't get a decision pretty soon, I'm wearing a jersey.
Yeah, I agree. I would love that.
I think we'll just...
I'd love to do the jersey aspect. Come in and do a little casual look.
I like it. Ready to go. Fowler into the flat. Waiting and thrown down. Wow. Luke Gatos with the catch. And he met John Michael Bavona. And now Trinity does take a timeout with 36.5 to go in the half.
And the potential to get good field position, whether on a run back or just with a poor kick. And then, maybe take a couple shots to the end zone. They really don't have anything to lose, especially with the backup quarterback and Nick Granata in the game now, what it looks like to be, for at least an extended period of time.
20-14 our score, 36 remaining in the half. There is a picture on Twitter to give you an idea of what the current setup looks like of our broadcast as it's being projected. So that's kind of neat, what we're doing here tonight. Pretty cool. But I'll try to post the picture of when it was. We were projecting it at one point on the stone, kind of under the pavilion area here at Tiger Hollow. And of course, you know, narcissistically, it was Chris and I on the screen with Dave Stewart at that point.
I took a photo.
But
I wasn't letting that go.
It was kind of funny. On comes the punt team. Good snap, stepping over, getting into it. Colin Lowe punts it. Sanders back at his own 30. Starts to his left as he goes to the wide side of the field. Lot of running, and he'll lose yards with a flag down at the 22.
For as great a job as Ridgefield did on coverage, they might get a horse collar tackle here against Ridgefield.
And indeed, not good news against the Tigers. I think I'm seeing an illegal block in the back right now, but 26 remaining in the half. And it's against Trinity, actually.
It looks like they had a hold and a block in the back.
Yeah.
So my mistake. I thought it would have been it looked like a little bit of a horse collar tackle, but instead it's going to back up Trinity. And now, with that penalty, I would fully expect them with a backup quarterback in the ballgame to take a knee and get out of here with a 6-point lead at halftime.
I absolutely agree. And I'm always happy when Mooncake favorites a tweet.
Mooncake.
Mooncake's a good follow. Mooncake likes to mix it up a little FCIAC talk. There you go.
Mooncake's got 50 followers.
I believe I'm one of them.
There you go.
And I'm pretty sure Mooncake follows me as well. Spirited. Good conversation. They will certainly take a knee. And that should be enough to end the first half. I like good spirited conversation. It doesn't always have to be, you know, obnoxious. It can be fun and a lot of good stuff to
At
be
least
had
you're not
out there.
interacting with Twitter bots.
Very true. Tigers come off the field with a 6-point deficit here at halftime, but look, at one point, it looked like Trinity Catholic was going to run and hide.
I'll tell you what, down 14-0, a lot of resiliency from Ridgefield shown. It's not going to, you know, it hurts, you know, Trinity Catholic to lose their starting quarterback in Lombardi. You know, hopefully we can see if he comes out in the second half. But for me, if you're Trinity Catholic, continue to run the ball with John Michael Bavona and let Granada manage the football game. Don't put too much on his shoulders. Don't put too much pressure on him. Allow your running game to feed into the play-action passing game. And then if you're Ridgefield, you have to get Fowler going on the outside, get him rolling out, give him those run-pass options. Continue with Chris Longo. He's been the favorite target. You have to get him the ball in unique, creative ways. We'll see if they can do that in the second half.
Well, we've got a game at halftime, and the Ridgefield Tigers trail the Trinity Catholic Crusaders 20-14. It is homecoming here at Ridgefield High School, but we'll take a timeout. Halftime, our score, Trinity Catholic 20, Ridgefield 14. We take a timeout. We come back to Ridgefield in a bit. High school football, you're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Darien Sport Shop is a unique store because it's a family store. A busy mom can come in with kids in tow and find everything she needs for them, and even find a dress for herself for Saturday night. And if she's in a rush, she can simply go home and order it from us that night. We'll deliver it the next day. The Darien Sport Shop. We're pretty on the outside and amazing on the inside. Conveniently located with free and easy parking at 1127 Post Road, Darien, Connecticut. Or shop us online at dariensport.com.
Have no fear. HAN Network's Fast Frights movie contest is here. Can your film make the cut? Submit your 3-minute scary movie today for a chance to win a DJI Phantom 3 drone, sponsored by Milford Photo. The only thing to fear is missing the deadline.
While the temperatures are cooling down, the fall bite is heating up. Albies, bonita, blackfish, alligator blues, and stripers are following the large schools of bait that are abundant in the Long Island Sound. If you love the New England coast during autumn, this is the time to be on the water. The latest from Shimano, Quantum, Avet, Hoagie, Phase 2 and more are in stock and ready to go at the Dock Shop. And don't mind those fall breezes with jackets, hats, gloves, and fleece from Grundens and Stormer. The Dock Shop will keep you warm and dry. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark Building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate road shows, conferences, and special events. Our team of experts understands the dynamics and logistics of high-pressure situations and complex arrangements, all within a rapidly changing environment. Since 1999, we have added charter jets, event management, and personal protection to our range of services. Mention this ad for $25 off your next round-trip reservation. Alliance and you. Together, we can achieve the extraordinary. 855-546-6996 or alliancelimo.com.
It's time to come back to hometown banking, where people are taken into account, not just balances. Where community comes first. A place where there's more than one kind of interest. Where automation will never replace consideration. Where they not only know your name, they know your dog's name too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
High school sports on the HAN Network, brought to you by Budget Blinds, along with Football University and Pamby Motors. Halftime here at Ridgefield High School. Chris Irway rejoins me in a moment. I'm Rob Adams. We're joined now by Stephen Klaus, our halftime guest. And Stephen's been writing for the Ridgefield Press, helping Tim Murphy out. And normally I would pick on a guy when you work for, like if you were working for my partner Chris Irway, I'd say, you poor soul. Murph's such a good guy though, Stephen, so I can't give him a hard time.
He is a good guy.
He's been a lot of fun to work with. What's this been like for you?
Well, it's been an amazing experience. I reached out to Tim last summer, started an internship. I did some girls lacrosse, boys lacrosse, some features over the summer, developing my writing skills a little bit. He offered me the position covering the football team for this fall, and I was psyched, and it's really been amazing. I enjoy it. It's a process. It's a formula to make a good article, and I enjoy all of it.
For folks who don't know, tell us your background. Where did you come from? What brought you? I mean, you reached out to Murph, but before that, where'd you come from?
Yeah, so I'm a senior here at Ridgefield High School. I knew that I had a passion in writing. I've really my first job, and I wanted to have some experience in the field. And I knew Ridgefield Press. What better place to start? And it just took off on its own. It's
so great to hear, because so often I hear journalism is dying, newspapers are dying. There's all this, everybody's just so depressed, supposedly. And yet, here's a guy like you wants to jump into it. I think it's great, and it's continued proof to me that newspapers are hanging in there and journalism is just fine.
Yeah.
What drove you to want to be a journalist?
It's a passion. I've always loved writing since I was a little kid. Even my favorite part of school was writing, and I love sports. I'm the biggest sports fan you can find. And my dad always told me, combine your passions with your strengths. And I'm passionate about sports, and I'm a good writer, so it's perfect.
All right, then I gotta pepper you a little bit. Who are your teams?
Who are my teams? I'm a Penn State Nittany Lion fan.
Okay.
I'm Rangers fan. Go Rangers.
All right, I'm good with you so far.
Yeah, I'm a Steelers fan. Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, just from my dad's side.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
Go on.
But I gotta say, the Nittany Lions, that's my #1 team.
But no baseball.
Oh, I'm a Yankees fan. You know, it's been some tough years recently, but I can remember the good old days.
Chris Irway standing just alongside my new best friend right here, Chris. Steelers, Yankees, thank you very much. Well done. Having fun. What have you learned from Murph?
What have I learned from him? You know, he's just really been such a great guy, and I found that, you know, in your professional career there are just some great people that you'll interact with, and I mean he's a supportive guy, he's a nice guy. I mean, there's nothing really else I could ask from him. You know, this opportunity has been amazing. You know, and every time I see him, he has a smile on his face, and I've learned, you know, you can be happy in your work. You know, there's no shame in that.
Has there been a favorite story that you've covered so far, or a favorite piece that you've written?
You know, over the summer I covered. There's a local, John Sciaretta. He is competing in an national obstacle course racing. He overcame some drug issues, and he reached out to us with the kernel of the idea for the story. You know, he wanted to be covered, and I reached out to him, interviewed him. There's a feature in the paper, and it was really interesting. You know, I pretty much did this guy's life story. It was a cool position to be in, and I thought the end product was pretty good. I also enjoyed a good friend of mine, Chad Chris. He's a NHL prospect. I did a little feature on him when he committed to the Boston University Terriers. So that was pretty cool to, you know, be writing about one of my friends.
What's next? You're a senior. Where do you go from here?
You know, I'm thinking about heading to Penn State University next year.
How did I know that was coming?
Of course. Yeah, you know, they got a great journalism program. They've got a great communication school. I think that it's a step in the right direction. Just going to enjoy senior year and go Tigers.
All right, final thing. As a Steelers fan, what did you think of the final call the other night against the Chargers?
You know, it was risky, but it turned out. And if you, at the end of the game, you want the ball in your best player's hands. Yep. And Le'Veon Bell is one of the most dominant players in the NFL. Mm-hmm. What would I have done? You know, you have Michael Vick in there, maybe a rollout, maybe a sneak. But, you know, that was all or nothing. It was a gutsy call by Tomlin.
It was dangerous.
Dangerous. You know, I'm a little unsure about Tomlin. I think that a lot of his success from the team of his predecessor, you know, he inherited that team and they won the Super Bowl. But, you know,
I think Tomlin's
he hangs in there. Yeah.
Tomlin's I think he's a terrific coach, but he did inherit a pretty good Bill Cowher team.
Yeah, he did.
Steven, great stuff. Good
pleasure.
luck. We'll talk to you again. Good job.
Yep.
Stephen Klaus with us here on the halftime show. Chris rejoins me, 20-14, our halftime score. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back to Tiger Hollow right after this with our score. Trinity Catholic 20, Ridgefield 14. You're watching high school football. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN network.
Do you do a lot of running around but get nowhere when you're buying a car? Visit Pamby Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram for the one-stop buying experience and stop spinning your wheels.
Back to school means back to busy, and Stewart's Market can save you precious time by stocking all of your favorite essentials under one roof. For a healthy start to school, we have all the ingredients. Walter Stewart's, your family-owned fresh local market, 229 Elm Street and at stewartsmarket.com.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332. And online at stratfordsmile.com.
Carl Chevrolet is proud to sponsor HAN Network's coverage of the area's best high school sports. No matter the sport, competition in the FCIAC is spirited, so get out and cheer on your favorite team. If you can't make it to the game, be sure to bring HAN Network with you to keep up with the action. Visit Carl Chevrolet in New Canaan or online at carldirect.com.
Football University, the nation's leading football training experience, is now accepting applications for its 2015 camps. Our elite faculty of NFL coaches and top professionals teach position-specific on the field and in the classroom to improve your football IQ and help you reach your full potential as a player. Apply today at footballuniversity.org. Football University, where technique plus talent beats talent alone.
Here at the Darien Sports Shop, we are very excited about our newly redesigned men's department. Gentlemen, if you're shopping for work, weekend, or wedding, we've got the latest styles and trends inside our spacious new department just for you. We have vast selections from Peter Millar, Vineyard Vines, Johnny O, Duckhead, Barber, and so much more. And you can even walk out of the store in the new Wolverine 1,000-mile men's boot. Conveniently located with free and easy parking at 1127 Post Road, Darien, Connecticut. Or shop us online at dariensport.com.
The fall bite is heating up. Albies, bonita, blackfish, alligator blues, and stripers are following the large schools of bait in the Long Island Sound. This is the time to visit the New England coast, and the Dock Shop can get you outfitted with the latest fishing gear, jackets, hats, gloves, and fleece. Boater, beach bum, fishermen simply love the New England coast. This is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Halftime here at Ridgefield High School, 20-14, our halftime score. With Chris Irway, I'm Rob Adams. Thanks to Stephen Klaus for joining us. A few halftime scores as we get ready for the second half. They should be at the half by now. Darien leading McMahon 36-3. Staples on top of Stamford 14-0. St. Joe's 21, Wilton 0. Prep on top of Amity. This is a final 42-7. In fact, it is the half now. Darien leads McMahon 36-3. 4-40, New London 6. Halftime score. Norwalk over Central 27-0 at the half. And now at the half, Trumbull leads Greenwich 28-17.
Ridgefield's going to get the ball here to start the second half. One of the things I noticed during halftime is that Nick Granata, the backup quarterback for Trinity Catholic, was only in the locker room for about 5 minutes.
And then came back out.
Came back out and started warming up with another player, throwing some deep passes, some 25 to 30-yard routes, because I'm assuming that he's going to be in the ball game for the majority of the second half, if not the rest of the game. And I doubt he's had much game experience throwing those types of routes, much anything beyond 5 to 10 yards. So Trinity Catholic's going to need him to throw the football, especially if Ridgefield keys in on John Michael Bavona in the second half, as well as Nick Malia and the success he's had to the outside. So it is going to be imperative for Trinity Catholic to be able to throw the football here in the third quarter.
Kickoff coming as we get ready to start the second half. 2 go deep for the Tigers. They trail 20-14. Both teams 2-1 coming into this game. And the approach and the kick. Spinning down, on the run, taken at the 19. Running over his own man. And out near the 29-yard line goes Lombardo.
Brings it up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Ridgefield Tigers.
So that's where Ridgefield will set up shop here in the second half. You can see, if you're watching on the HAN Network, our HAN Network logo with the pink ribbon in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And as we mentioned earlier in the week, and I'm going to spend a moment on it here in a moment, but certainly a little extra on that topic. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the far side right. Waiting in shotgun is Drew Fowler. Shotgun snap, he does take it, gives it off, bouncing up the middle. Across the 30 to the 33-yard line goes Papadopoulos. Look, pink ribbons, pink T-shirts, pink socks, pink whatever is great. We need the attention. We need the awareness. But we also need the research. We need the money. We need to find cures for all of this.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
Receivers to each side. Again, shotgun, little shoulder fake. Fowler running with it, and he's thrown down at the 35-yard line.
Quarterback sneak up the middle.
Do you own any pink pieces of clothing? Pink shirt or anything like that?
I used to have some pink shirts. I currently don't.
Much more of the, you go to the low earthy tones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really good piece written by a mutual friend of ours, Susan Schultz in the Darien Times this week. Did a great job on that very topic. And, you know, especially as a woman, it's a passionate topic for her and just a good editorial by our friend. Play action, flipping it right and almost intercepted. Bavona would have run that thing to Danbury.
The human GPS rears its ugly head again, at least once a game.
Actually, it wouldn't. Never mind.
You were wrong? Wait a minute.
No, I wasn't wrong, but...
It was the general vicinity.
Yes, it was the general vicinity.
Okay. Where would he have actually run to?
He could have run toward Bethel.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say Bethel. Reading. Yeah. On comes the punt team, led by Colin Lowe. Takes the snap, gets it away. Spinning kick, taken. Sanders at his 31. Tried to break a tackle, and he's brought down at the 32, grabbed by Will Carpenter. Again, I'm not trying to get on students or high school athletes. They're all doing it with their heart in the right place. I'm more concerned with the NFL and just, you know, the absolute bevy of pink on every field and on every player and all this, you know, and you can't have Craig Hayward wearing Ironhead in honor of his late father, the Steeler player, who got fined for it, but you can have pink all over you when the NFL is not doing enough for breast cancer awareness. It's just a show in that situation. That's what gets me fired up. Off the right side, here comes Bavona, breaking it to the outside, gets outside the numbers, and he's run out of bounds at the 43.
Well, you also see what the NFL is doing, but then they also, deny D'Angelo Williams, a player who lost his mother to breast cancer, the ability to wear pink. So, it's kind of like they just take it on almost like a case-by-case basis, which is ridiculous.
It's the Roger Goodell thing, and, that's a soapbox for another day. And, it just harkens back to Jim McMahon and the Adidas headband and wearing Roselle across his headband. And, it just takes you back to another time.
It's a great soapbox for Nutmeg Sports.
It would be. But we continue on here with a first down at the 42-yard line. Shotgun snap, and they give it off to the left side. Around that left side goes Malia. Malia with a flag down, breaks a tackle, takes it to the far side to the Ridgefield 38-yard line.
And we're going to get a holding call against Ridgefield, so a big, or against Trinity Catholic, a big break for Ridgefield. But it is mind-boggling to me that they have not been able to contain the edge here. That every single run that has succeeded for Trinity Catholic has been on the outside, getting to the edge, whether it's with John Michael Bavona or Nick Malia. They've been able to take that little, handoff out of the backfield and shotgun and just kind of, jet sweep it to the outside. And there's no defense. There's no Ridgefield defenders on the outside. They can just run free. So Ridgefield is going to have to change something about their defensive scheme right now to make sure, if you give up 5 to 6 yards up the middle, it's better than giving up 30 yards on the edge.
Ball at the 35-yard line after the penalty. A 1st and 17 now. Little play fake, now running it up the middle goes Granada, and Granada able to tumble down near the 49. Has not had much success throwing the ball because he hasn't had the game action, but he did get a nice run there to get a lot closer to the first down.
And now you can see, trying to catch Ridgefield off guard, Trinity Catholic's going to go tempo here.
2nd and 5.
Waiting. Looked like they were jumpy, but no call. Bavona waiting to find the block. Goes to the left side. He'll turn that for a first down. One of the most patient pieces of running I've ever seen to get to the 45-yard line and a first down for Trinity Catholic.
The previous run by Granada, I have to point out, because it's the same play that Anthony Lombardi scored on for Trinity Catholic in the first half. They faked that read option play. He reads the defensive end. If the defensive end shuts down on the running back, he keeps it like he did there. Picked up a nice gain, showed value with his legs.
First down at the Ridgefield 44. Trinity leads 20-14, 8 on the play clock. Granada waiting. Now takes the shotgun snap. He just waits and goes to fake to give it off to Bavona. He'll run it himself, then takes a hard hit near the 39-yard line. Tripped up pretty good.
Coming up quick and hard on the stop, number 26.
And the stop made by Charlie Bonaparte, who just lowered the boom.
Brings up a 2nd down from the Crusaders. 2nd and 4.
Night gets chillier here. 8:42, clock running 3rd quarter, 20-14.
Fall is in full effect.
Well, we expected it. Temperatures will get a little colder tomorrow. The problem is, it was not that long ago it was 70, 75, and you still felt comfortable in shorts. Now all of a sudden you're heading down to 20 to 25 tomorrow night with the wind chill. 2nd and 5 across the 40 at the 39-yard line. The give goes left. Malia, he'll get a first down around the edge, stays inside the numbers. Now tries to turn it to the outside as he gets down near the 25-yard line. Good drive here for the Crusaders to start the second half, and that's not what Ridgefield needs.
I will definitely be layering up tomorrow.
I'm going to stay comfortable somewhere.
I'm going to be outside most of the day.
Are you?
Yeah.
Should be a nice day. Daytime hours.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, daytime will be beautiful tomorrow.
It's going to be sunny, and I'm going to try to stay in the sun as much as I can.
Until it's time for Notre Dame USA.
Whew. Let me tell you.
I'm sure you're looking forward to that. Shotgun snap waiting around the right side. Bavona dragged down by Dante Cabelli at the 26.
That's a Crusader carry by number 3, taken down nicely by number 17, Dante Cabelli. Assisted by number 15, A.J. Fabry.
A.J. Fabry, one of the captains, in on the stop.
We've only seen A.J. Fabry in on offense that for one play, and that was in the first quarter, I think in the first drive when they kind of went to that flexbone formation to try to run a little power toss. We haven't seen him as much a part of the offense as I thought we might.
St. Joe's 28, Wilton nothing, third quarter. Thanks to Josh Fisher for feeding the scores along. Greatly appreciated. Especially here where, again, and it's, a tired story, but cell service rough. Flipping the pass near side, almost intercepted for what could have been a game changer, but there's also Laundry down at the 9. And that's why Charlie Bonaparte was almost able to make the pick, because I think we're looking at a pass interference at the 9-yard line.
Looks like a tough night for the fighting Bruce Cunninghams of Wilton, being shut out by the Hogs of St. Joe.
Yep. The Hogs, another one of those teams that's just kind of bubbling on, just underneath in this FCIAC.
I feel like they're always a team that, even if they're extremely good, they're always just under the radar.
And that was the case, pass interference against the Tigers. So their 4th penalty of the evening.
Absolutely not what Ridgefield wanted to do to start this second half, especially getting the football first. They needed to drive down and put some points on the board. And now Trinity Catholic is looking at potentially a two-score lead here.
6:59 to go, third quarter. Clock running. 20-14, Trinity Catholic. Granada takes it. Just sticks it into the gut of Bavona, who's strung out and frustrated, but Patrick Lang made the nice play down near the 13.
And we had a great angle of it. John Michael Bavona, to see exactly what he saw a huge open lane that he started to run through, and then right from behind, great job by Patrick Lang to catch up and cut him off, grab the legs and wrestle him down. Otherwise, Bavona would still be running.
Absolutely true.
To Bethel or Danbury or wherever you want to call it.
2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line. Shotgun snap. Give it again to Bavona. Coming near side. Waiting. Bounces it back. Runs untouched almost down to the 4. And he almost took it to pay dirt.
Some shifty moves by number 3.
That's like watching Chris Paul on the basketball court just break ankles. I mean, John Michael Bavona, a couple of juke moves there. I mean, it really is like playing a game of Madden.
I mean, Ryan Sturm was looking him right in the eye, and he danced around him, got down inside the 10 to the 5, and Leo Grizaffi made the stop. Big play here with a 3rd and 2 at the 5 and 5.5 to go in the third quarter of a 6-point game. Again in shotgun. Waiting is Granada. And Granada now takes a look at his sideline. And the Crusaders will spend a timeout.
And, I mean, if Trinity isn't comfortable with kicking an extra point, it's almost guaranteed that this is 4-down territory for them. So they're going to have 2 plays to get it in from the 2-yard line here.
48 degrees now. Temperatures due to drop down to 34, and a freeze watch for this entire area of Fairfield County. We'll take a break. Back after this on the HAN Network.
Remind you of the last time you went into a car dealership? Experience stress-free waters at Pamby Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram and find out how easy buying a car really is.
Crusaders come back up to the line of scrimmage with a 3rd and 2. Under center, out of the eye, receiver out to the left. Taking it, Granada. Gives it, bouncing, not going to get it. At the 5.
And there's a good Ridgefield stand. That front tough line.
Ryan Sturm in on the stop, and it brings up 4th down.
Led by Nolan McDonald. A.J. Fabry also coming in for cleanup.
Dylan Dane, number 41, the fullback for Trinity Catholic, came up a little gimpy on that play.
It's 4th and 2 right now. Sideline marker does have it as 4th down. This crowd seems almost in a little bit of a lull.
I think it's a true nervousness right now.
I guess so. Receiver to each side, in shotgun on 4th down. Here they come. Gonna throw it. Left side, climbing the ladder, Johnny Somers. He's got it, touchdown.
Johnny Somers on the little fade route, the captain, tight end, lined up on the outside, a big mismatch at 6'3", 185 pounds. Goes up, high points the football, and comes down with it and maintains possession. Great job by Nick Granada under pressure to deliver that ball where only his receiver could catch it.
On for the conversion. And they'll line it up at the 3. They've yet to even think about kicking anything tonight.
Takes that down for the Crusaders. The Crusaders go for the 2-point conversion.
Granada waiting. Takes it out of shotgun. Gives it to Bavona. Bavona stacked up at the goal line. Unable to get in. 4:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Trinity Catholic regains a larger lead at 26-14. We come back to Ridgefield right after this, with the Tigers having some work to do in the 3rd quarter. High school football, you're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Back in Ridgefield, 26-14. Trinity Catholic up 12.
Worst possible scenario, taking away the failed 2-point conversion for Ridgefield.
Lombardo is back deep for Ridgefield.
So Ridgefield will need to score. But still time, 3rd quarter. Ball taken by Lombardo at the 14. Runs right, finds an opening, turns it upfield.
Lombardo finds some nifty running.
Then he's able to get to the 25-yard line. It was nifty running.
Very interesting that they kicked it off deep there, but they won't kick an extra point.
It is interesting, isn't it?
Right?
And Bavona's punting has not been terrible. He's been all right.
It's not been terrible.
Yeah. Intriguing. All right, out come the Tigers from the far side hash mark. Near the 25, mark it at the 26-yard line. From right to left they go. Shotgun snap for Fowler, hands it off. Looked like Papadopoulos able to get to the 26, but that's about it. So right back near the original line of scrimmage.
Number 22, Petros Papadopoulos.
And indeed, it was Petros Papadopoulos, the junior who's listed as a kicker on the roster, but has obviously been pressed into service as a running back as well.
And that's, of course, due to the season-ending injury in the preseason from Jackson Turek, the starting running back and senior.
2nd and 9, Fowler to throw. Plenty of time, swings it left. He does find Longo, but Longo hit immediately for a gain of maybe a yard. But Nick Malia hammered him right near the original line of scrimmage. I would say it's no gain.
And if you're Ridgefield, in order to compete in the second half, you're going to have to trust Fowler to throw the ball down the field. They've been able to get away with the 5 to 7 yard hitches and the little slant routes and drag routes, but you're going to need to test this secondary of Trinity Catholic right here.
3rd and 9. Taking the snap, dropping back. Fowler steps up, brings it to the left, slings it, does find a man who breaks around. Lombardo with a first down and more to the 48-yard line. A gain of 21 and a first down. Nick Malia made the stop.
That moves the chains for the Ridgefield Tigers. Ridgefield, first down.
So the Tigers get the first down. They send 2 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right. Fowler to throw. A laser beam on the far side that is intercepted by Bavona. To the sideline he goes, and he's out of bounds. First turnover of the night. A ball that got knocked around, and Bavona gets the pick.
Tipped off the receiver's hands right into the arms of John Michael Bavona. So he can do it running the football. He can do it in the defensive backfield. And now Trinity Catholic takes over, and this crowd is about as quiet as we've heard it all game long.
Of course, many here, they're students, they're coming out to hang with their friends, so it's as much a social gathering as any, and that's at any school. It's not just this one.
Completely agree.
We can hear plenty of the chatter among some of the students, certainly the younger students as well. And Ridgefield is great for fan support. They've got a great student cheering section, the Tigers Lair, down to our far right. Crusaders trying to get the points off the turnover and put this one possibly out of reach. First down, handoff, moving forward down near the 36.
And number 3 takes it up the middle for the Crusaders. Tackle by number...
Play getting a little fierce.
And Ryan Stern.
I don't think that was Bavona on the carry. I actually think that was Justin Green who took it. The slot back.
Getting a little chippy on the field.
Yeah.
There's a little chippiness.
And I'll tell you why it wasn't Bavona, because Bavona's not on the field.
Yeah. Can tell by his pink sleeve.
Right. Malia's the halfback now off to the left side of Granada. And he will take the ball. Runs it right up the gut and spins right to the 34. Grizafi makes the stop. A little slow getting up. He looks a little roughed up.
Brings up a 3rd down for the Crusaders. 3rd and 3.
So it's a 3rd down play. 3rd and 3 at the 33. 1:44 to go. 3rd quarter. Few in the crowd have kind of thinned out, at least off to our left, but nothing to complain about.
Brings up a 3rd and 3.
26-14, 5 on the play clock. Crusaders have got to hustle. 2-1, snap it, and a timeout. Trinity Catholic spends their second.
And unfortunately, even though it's their second timeout, I think it's a good one. Rather than taking the 5-yard penalty and making it 3rd and 8 or 9, you take the timeout, you get the right play call in, and you're still at 3rd and 3. You can hopefully pick this up and continue the drive.
Couple of more scores. Staples leading Stanford 28-0. That game also available on the HAN network tonight, as the Stanford Black Knight broadcasters have offered their stream over to us, and we're happy to have them as part of the network. Staples, so 28-0, that's 3rd quarter. Ansonia took care of Holy Cross 47-0. St. Joe's 28, Wilton 0, 3rd quarter. And we have no update as of yet on what's happened with Anthony Lombardi. 3rd and 3, off the timeout. Granada takes it, gives it, and shut the door down immediately. As in to knock him down was Cody Loweth, the handoff to Malia. But that is part of the story here tonight, is that Anthony Lombardi injured early on in this game.
And, just looking at it from where the athletic trainers were working on him, we definitely can't speculate, but it looked like they were working on his shoulder.
And I'll be honest, I don't even see him at this point. That doesn't mean he's not there. I'm not implying that. I'm saying from our perspective, it's tough to say.
4th down, 4th and 5.
4th and 5. They're going to go for it from under center. Play action, setting, throwing, caught! Somers flagged down, doesn't matter, they'll decline the penalty. It'll be a first down at the 10-yard line.
Wow, what a great job by Nick Granata, selling that play fake to John Michael Bavona, and then really trusting his receiver to go up and get that football. He was actually well covered.
And it's a pass interference offensive.
Wow.
I didn't see that.
Wow. And I guess a little push off there by Somers, and a big break for Ridgefield.
A.J. Fabry was the defender, and I thought he was going to get hit for pass interference, which would have been declined, but not the case.
It goes the other way, and now, you back it all the way up. Still going to be 4th down. It's going to be 4th and forever here. And now you've really got to almost luckily, you have a couple of tall receivers. I would just throw it up to them on the sideline. It's a low percentage throw, but you might as well give them a chance to go up and make a play.
Bavona's coming out to punt it away. 6th penalty against the Crusaders at this point.
4th down, 4th and 5 for the Crusaders with their punt unit on the field.
Punt unit on.
Back deep for Ridgefield, Charlie Bonaparte.
High snap, Bavona able to get into it. Good blocking. Takes a favorable bounce, now a turn as the quarter will come to an end, and downed at the 14-yard line. So to start the 4th quarter, but hold on, do we have a flag? We do. So we're going to wait here with the quarter done. By the way, on Twitter, CT Ferrari, who had been psyched to have this game on the air all day, had that question about an update on Lombardi, so we thought we'd mention and thank for the tweet. Thank them for the tweet. But we don't have much more information than that. And certainly when it comes to injuries, and you know this as well as I do, we take it very cautiously.
Very much so. It's going to be a penalty against Ridgefield, and they're going to mark this off. Looks like a hold. So that's going to be half the distance of the goal, and that's going to back Ridgefield up even more.
That brings up the 4th quarter.
All right, looks like that is the way the 3rd quarter will end, although they have yet to change sides, but I am inclined to let them do their thing, and we'll come back and start the 4th quarter. 3 in the books in Ridgefield. After 3, Trinity Catholic 26. Ridgefield 14. Do the Tigers have a comeback? We'll find out. 4th quarter after this. High school football rolls on. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking. To a partner that makes small businesses feel big. Where community comes first. Where high-tech tools go hand in hand with a human touch.
Back at Ridgefield High School, 1st down pass play is complete. Moving forward to the 11-yard line.
Completion Fowler to number 6, Matty Lombardo.
And now they'll move the ball the opposite way. After all that. Now the 4th quarter.
An untimed down.
It was an untimed down, but that's a weird. Now, to be fair, clock is kept down there.
It is.
Now, they've gotten better at that, where they often have an official up there working in concert.
But this is completely unofficial. On the field is official.
Okay.
And that's thanks to our sponsors.
Shall we try this again?
Fairfield County Bank.
Okay, we'll take another break. 4th quarter starts after this. 26-14. Trinity Catholic leads Ridgefield. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking. To a partner that makes small businesses feel big. Where community comes first. Where high-tech tools go hand in hand with a human touch. Where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver. Where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
High school football on the HAN Network is brought to you by Carl Chevrolet and by Walter Stewart's Market. Fourth quarter begins here in Ridgefield with Chris Irway. I'm Rob Adams. 26-14 is our score. After all of that weirdness, it's second down. 2nd and 5, pass left side, goes to Matt Lombardo, breaks one tackle, breaks another, gets out near the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down.
And now down 2 scores. You'll see Ridgefield go with a little bit more tempo than they're used to running. Out of this spread offense, you can see Fowler looking to the sideline to get a play in immediately. All the receivers looking at their wristbands, try and figure out what play is being called, and now lined up in shotgun.
3 receivers right, 1 out to the left. By the way, the sideline marker says 2. It's first down. Now it will be second down after Fowler has been sacked. I don't want to climb on one of my soapboxes and get crazy, but can everybody get on the same page, please?
It would be nice.
Okay. That's all.
We're not all perfectionists like yourself, Rob.
A loss of 11 on the play, my friend.
Yeah. Keep your loyalty.
Okay. Now it's second down. I'm very loyal to you.
Very loyal.
Don't you start.
Very loyal.
Darien leads McMahon 42-3, third quarter.
Oh, boy. That's no good for the alma mater.
Darien's probably the best team in the state, not called Southington. Quick pass on second down, complete. Longo near side, outside the numbers, pushed out at the 23. You know, the little bubble screen is wonderful when it works. When it only gets you about 3 yards, it's not so great.
Here's the problem is they throw that flanker screen, that wide receiver screen to the long side of the field.
Right.
So it takes forever for the ball to get from Fowler to Longo, and it gives the defense time to react. If you're going to run that play, run it to the short side of the field.
3 receivers left, 2 to the near side right. 3rd and 12. Again, near side. Thinking about throwing it, looked like was Longo, but he's going to take it to the wide side of the field. Gets a block. Goes outside the numbers, and Chris Longo gets a first down, and will there be something extra? No flag. Looked like he was thrown out of bounds out near the 39. But after all that, a 13 make it 15-yard catch and run, and it looked like he had thoughts about throwing that ball.
That was absolutely a designed trick play, the double pass on the wide receiver screen, and then Longo was going to throw it deep on the post route to another receiver. He saw that he wasn't going to even have remotely the amount of time to get set and decided to take off. Great vision to cut back all the way across the field and pick up a first down to keep Ridgefield alive here.
Staples leads Stanford 28-0 after 3, and they start the 4th. St. Joseph leading Wilton 28-0. At the 39, pitch near side, Papadopoulos able to stretch to the 41.
The carry for Ridgefield. Dan Banky opens up that hole.
Roughed up by Timothy Val, junior defensive end, 6'2", 265.
Also one of the starting offensive tackles for this Trinity Catholic offensive line.
3 receivers go out to the left, 1 to the near side right. 2nd and 7 with 9:43 to go in a 26-14 game. Fowler overthrows Longo at the 30 into double coverage. Matched up with Willie Sadler and John Michael Bavona.
And you can see what Trinity Catholic has decided to do and almost bracket coverage Chris Longo with John Michael Bavona over the top as in that free safety position.
And a holding call will go against the Tigers. 6th penalty against them. So 6 on each side.
6 on each side. So we haven't had an exorbitant amount of penalties. The problem is the timing of them are absolutely killing Ridgefield. They really are. Now back it up. You're looking at 2nd and almost 20. It's tough for this Ridgefield offense to convert these types of plays.
And dropping the ball is Fowler, and Fowler unable to get away. He is dropped back at the 20.
And that's about the 4th or 5th low snap that Fowlers have to get. So you can't really blame it on your quarterback. The center, he practices the shotgun snap almost exclusively. He has to be able to get that football up to Fowler's chest. And now it's 3rd and, what would you like, human GPS? 3rd and...
It's 3rd and North Salem.
We're going crossing the border into New York, are we?
Well, it's right there.
It's true.
It is it's a Drew Fowler throw to our left. 3rd and a lot. He takes it, drops back, rolling right. He's practically to Mayapak as he throws it incomplete at the 39.
Intended receiver number 22,
And now Ridgefield, 4th and forever, they're forced to punt as time continues to wind down here. Just about 8.5 minutes. There's not going to be many opportunities left for Ridgefield, and they need to get the ball in the end zone and in a hurry.
A good game now between Trumbull and Greenwich, 28-23. The Eagles lead the Cardinals by 5 late third quarter.
We knew the Greenwich offense could score. It was really a question of their defense and if they could stop anybody. 4 touchdowns given up to Trumbull tonight.
And I wondered about the Eagle defense against the Cardinal offense as well. I wouldn't have surprised me to see even bigger numbers in that game.
Yeah.
Punt team on for the Ridgefield Tigers. They trail by 12, 26-14 with 8.5 to go. Here is the punt. Bounces down at the 48. Bavona had it, hit him, and the Tigers have got it!
And what a mistake by John Michael Bavona. The game that he has played, running the football, the interception return. I mean, just get away from the football. Don't even get near it. A little bit of hesitation on his end whether or not to catch that football or let it go. And a huge break for Ridgefield as they are back in business on Trinity Catholic's side of the field.
The beauty of being a two-way player is you just go to your position, and he's back in the secondary right now, as opposed to having to walk off the field and deal with Messrs. Panapata and company. Instead, it's a break for the Tigers, a low snap. Screen near side. Longo tried to break a tackle. He's down at the 41. It's a gain of 2.
The few throws that Drew Fowler has had deep over the middle, they've actually worked out. One for a touchdown to Longo, and then one to Longo in the first quarter for a long play. So I'm surprised they're not trying at least down the middle, in between the hashes, trying to get down the seam.
2nd and 8. Pump fake. Fowler running. Got to do something. He's dangerous. Throws, finds a man. And down at the 23-yard line. Finds Luke Gatos.
And referee calls a correct penalty as Fowler was actually just a yard past the line of scrimmage, so we're going to get an illegal forward pass against Drew Fowler and the Ridgefield Tigers.
Yep, that looked like he was living dangerously near the line of scrimmage, and sure enough, he stepped across.
I believe that an illegal forward pass, is that also a loss of down? I believe it is.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah.
And there it is. It's a 5-yard penalty and a loss of down. 7th penalty against the Tigers.
And now, 3rd and long. It's kind of that no man's land territory. This has got to be, 4-down territory for Ridgefield. If you can pick up half of the yardage here, you can make it 4th and manageable.
It is 3rd and 12 with 7:26 to go. 26-14, Trinity Catholic on top. Fowler waits in an empty backfield, has 5 receivers total. Cobelli, the slot receiver, near side right. Fowler over the middle, finds a man, Lombardi, and a first down. Matty Lombardo making the catch.
One of the first times that Trinity Catholic has only rushed 3 linemen. They decide to play zone coverage and just try to blanket the area. Drew Fowler finds the little pocket and hits Lombardo with a nice pass down the middle.
A first down for Ridgefield. They're down 12, looking to throw, goes left, finds a man, knocked out of bounds. It's Colin Lowe. Catch made in just about 9 yards on the catch. Right back up to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 2 for the Tigers.
6:54 to go, 4th quarter. 26-14, Trinity Catholic on top. Fowler will do it himself off the left side. Stays inside the numbers, now goes to the outside near the 11. It's a first down. It does stop the clock with 6:48 to go.
And that'll move the chains for the Ridgefield Tigers.
And now here's the unfortunate thing is that, you're at the 11-yard line. You can still get a first down. The problem is you got to get all the way down to the 1.
And it behooves the Tigers to get in the end zone because that clock is not in their favor.
1st and 10 for the Ridgefield Tigers.
5 receivers again total. Empty backfield. Fowler taking it himself. Going to take a long time for this play to develop. Johnny Somers throws him down near the 9.
Quarterback keeper
I just don't think that's the right play call here, especially down in the red zone. If you run the football and you get tackled inbounds, you're going to waste 15, 20 seconds getting the next play call in. If you throw an incompletion, the clock stops, and you save a lot of time.
They do have all 3 timeouts. 6:07 to go, fourth quarter, 26-14. 2nd and 9. Looks to throw. Goes left. Gatos down. Isaiah Sanders hit him first right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down.
And here's the problem with that little bubble screen. There's no one blocking Isaiah Sanders, who's the guy on Gatos. You have to be able, if you're the outside receiver, to come in and throw a little block on Sanders and then have Gatos come to the outside and hopefully break a tackle. No one, on the outside doing any sort of blocking there, and really just a poor play call.
Receivers to each side on 3rd and 9 at the 10. Fowler takes it. Fowler throws it. Fowler has it knocked away from Dante Cobelli at the 5.
Great job by who else? John Michael Pavona making up for the mistake on special teams, knocking down that slant. And this is probably, you're looking at it, you're down, 12 points. You need a touchdown. This could be the game for Ridgefield right here on this 4th down.
5:22 to go and 4th and 9. Fowler waiting in shotgun. Sends receivers to each side. He's got one alongside of him in the backfield. Takes the snap, looking over the middle, and he misses Cobelli in the end zone.
And here's the issue I have with that play call is that it is the exact same play as what they ran on 3rd down. That little inside slant to Cobelli, who's the inside receiver on the trips on the right side. They try to throw that slant. It's congested in there with zone coverage, and really just a low percentage throw with that type of coverage. Man-to-man, that's a very high percentage throw because Cobelli can fight inside. But when you have a zone coverage there, which Trinity was lined up at, it's a poor decision by Fowler.
And that will start sending people toward the exits.
The mass exodus, as I call it.
First down. By the way, I was finally able to send that picture to you.
Oh, thank you.
Hours later. Enough people started leaving. On 1st down, to the right side go the Crusaders. I had taken a picture of Chris and I on our little screen that we had set up on the stonework of this facility here at Lancaster Field at Tiger Hollow. By the way, the concession stand still mighty open with 5 minutes to go. And they're still doing a brisk business. This really is just a great facility.
My favorite. Except for once they turn on that cell phone tower.
Whew. Oh, it's going to be great. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard run. Near the 15. To the ground again. Looked like Pavona. Trying to bob and weave himself to the 17. And it was Pavona. I mean, my only complaint, and it's the obvious one that I've authored before, is just the press box does not have a lot of room up there.
Yeah, and especially when coaches want to be in there, it's tough for guys like us to get in there.
And, well, there's a story.
There always is.
There always is. But Carl Charles, the athletic director here, he and Travis, who runs this place, they're just incredibly good to us, and they would have welcomed us with open arms up in the booth tonight.
I understand that.
To the ground on 3rd down. Pavona able to get the 1st down. 3:52 to go, 4th quarter. Ridgefield seems in no rush to stop the clock in the 26-14 game.
It's a Crusader 1st down.
And now under 4 minutes, I would be surprised, as you said. I think if they didn't pick up the 1st down there, Ridgefield would have taken one of their timeouts. But now, hopefully they're looking for a stop here. They're probably going to use their timeouts within this sequence of plays to try to get the ball back.
Receivers to each side. Sanders, the receiver, out to the left, but they'll just keep it on the ground and get to the 21.
Coming in quickly. Number 17, Dante Cobelli.
Dante Cobelli makes the stop.
Okay, now I'm very surprised that they haven't used their timeouts.
And indeed, you were mentioning to me earlier that it looked like, and again, this is speculation, that Lombardi looked like it was his shoulder they were working on, and the last we could tell, looks like his arm was in a sling. So that's a note that I received between Dave Stewart and Josh Fisher. Thanks, guys. Right back to the ground. Almost able to break it was Malia as he gets to the 30.
That is a tough loss, a tough pill to swallow for Trinity Catholic. And obviously we don't speculate on the severity of the injury, but if his arm is in a sling, I'm sure he'll be getting that reevaluated tomorrow.
Just try to give you what we see, what the facts are, and then you go from there. These are kids. These aren't professionals. We are not going to speculate beyond that. Third down play coming up. 2:19 to go, 26-14 Trinity Catholic. And Malia hit almost immediately in the backfield. Cabelli made the stop. The amazing thing is, and you mentioned it, it's almost like the crowd doesn't seem to, they're kind of out of it.
They're kind of out of it, man. It's quiet here for a homecoming especially.
That was a pretty big stop right there. I mean, now, look, it's still a 2-score game. There's 2:10 to go, but there's a fourth down play coming up.
I mean, you could run a punt back for a touchdown. There are a lot of things that could happen. So, I mean, the game, isn't over. It's definitely, heavily one-sided to Trinity Catholic, but we'll see what happens on this fourth down. I mean, Ridgefield could block a punt. They could bring a punt block and return with something for a touchdown. I mean, there's a lot of different things that could happen. Of course, Trinity Catholic could just go for it.
They could, and then turn out the lights.
Yeah.
And interesting call coming up here, considering they're not big on their kicking game, although Bavona has punted the ball fairly well. But as we all know, I can't get no satisfaction.
You can't. You never do.
No.
All you get is grief.
That's it. 2:10 to go, fourth quarter. 26-14.
I see, it looks like Nick Granada coming out on 4th down and 4.
Interesting.
And Coach Panapata trying to ice this game right now.
Trying, for one thing for sure, try to get the Tigers to jump offside.
Here we go, 4th down for the Crusaders, 4th and 3.
Out of the huddle they break. Receivers to each side. Will they snap it? Oh, jumping on the other side was Sanders.
And there's an illegal procedure penalty on the Crusaders.
That'll go against the Crusaders, and now the kicking team has to come on. 7th penalty against Trinity Catholic.
And for as calm as Coach Panapata said he has become over the past 10 years, that might get his blood boiling just a little bit.
Little bit.
And number 6, Manny Lombardo.
Gatos and Lombardo wait at their own 44 with 2:10 to play in a 12-point game. There's still a hint of Ridgefield having a prayer. Good snap. Bavona is going to run with it. And he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
I don't know if that was a play call. Was that designed from Coach Panapata, or was that just John Michael Bavona seeing that there was a heavy rush? I am in shock right now. Ridgefield with still 2 minutes to go, back in business in the red zone. I said anything could happen. I said the game wasn't over. That is the last thing I expected if it was a called fake punt from Coach Panapata right there deep in their own territory.
My goodness. 2:02 to go, and the Tigers holding on for dear life. Fowler takes it. Fowler angling it. Longo, he's got it! And dropped it. Oh, that ball was there. Man-to-man coverage. Boy, that could have been a big game changer. 1:55 to go.
Chris Longo goes up, gets the football, comes down with it, and then it's stripped right at the last minute. Unbelievable play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to it, especially one-on-one coverage. It looks like they're going to bracket Longo here, though, on the right side.
2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line. Fowler left side. Dangerous. Almost intercepted and incomplete. 1:50 to go in the fourth quarter.
Fowler's going to have to use the middle of the field. That's where all his passes have been successful. The 5- and 7-yard hitches have been good to the outside, but down the middle, in between the hashes, down the seam, is where he can get the ball deep into the end zone.
For the Ridgefield Tigers, 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10 at the Trinity 15-yard line after that interesting fake punt. 26-14 with 1:50 to go, fourth quarter. Many in this crowd gone. The rest still a little baffled by what they're seeing in a flag down. Play clock had expired.
The one thing you can't do right there is take a penalty.
And with 3 timeouts or 2 timeouts.
Wow. So unfortunate for Ridgefield. You can see the coverage that Trinity Catholic is playing is they are doing a bracket coverage with a cornerback and a safety over the top on Longo. And then for Cobelli, they've got another cornerback, and then they've got the safety playing in the middle of the field looking out for that slant pass.
3rd and long. Fowler rolls. Still rolling. Still rolling. Now throwing. Cobelli couldn't grab it. Back of the end zone.
Cobelli jumped as high as he could, just a little overthrown. And now we're really looking at the ball game right here. 4th and 15. They've got to get down to the about the 5-yard line, or this game is going to be over.
Yep.
Just a series of plays not run very well by this Ridgefield offense. Trinity Catholic has let them back into this game, has given them every opportunity to get back into it, but got to credit the Trinity Catholic defense and the way they've stepped up here in the second half.
Ball will be placed and now walked back. At the 25, I never saw any indication. And now a timeout.
And it's a good timeout by Ridgefield. You have to think of the exact play call that you want here. You really would love to call a play before the timeout, line up, see what the defense, the look that they're giving you, and then take a timeout and regroup and say, okay, they're lined up in a zone coverage or a man coverage, and they've got safeties at the top. Here are their tendencies. Here are what they like to do out of this defense, and here's where the ball should go. Unfortunately, they had to take out timeout before that, so they're going to have to see what Coach Panapata and Coach Albanizio and the rest of them come up with on defense for Trinity Catholic. But this is the ball game. Let's see what happens here on 4th and 15.
But you think back to the catch that Longo couldn't hold on to in the end zone. It would have changed a lot of things. Tigers still would have a ways to go. But
and it's not like the pass was tipped or juggled or he didn't really have – I mean, he had the ball, and great job by Trinity Catholic to go in and strip it before he maintained possession.
So coming out of the timeout, 1:42 to go, 26-14. Trinity Catholic leading Ridgefield.
Down on the fence. Please go down and get that. The courtesy of the Ridgefield High School cheerleaders. Put a lot of love and care into those posters. Make sure you get them. They're lovely keepsakes.
Ball down. It's at the 24. Looking to throw. Fowler left. Jump ball. Looking like it's intercepted. Now looking like somebody's got it. Let's put it that way. It's a catch and a first down for Ridgefield.
I honestly, Rob, I don't know how Colin Lowe came up with that football. It looked like an easy interception for Trinity Catholic, and it must have got jumbled around. And
as a result of that completion, that's a Ridgefield first down.
So it's 1st and goal at the 3.
We've seen it all, Rob.
Now Fabry comes in at quarterback with 1:33 to go.
I'm shocked that Fabry's in at quarterback right now, Rob.
I'm shocked at a lot of things tonight. To the ground goes Fabry, into the end zone. Indication not coming yet. Yes, touchdown.
And that's why you want your 6'1", 215-pound quarterback compared to your 5'8", 160-pound quarterback. The play was quarterback sneak, the safest play, the most conservative play in football. Fabry takes it, gets behind his offensive line, and now they're an onside kick away from getting this ball back and potentially having a chance to tie the game.
1:21 to go. Papadopoulos for the extra point.
Number 21, Luke Gatos.
Luke Gatos to hold it. It's a 6-point game pending this. It is up, and it is good. 1:21 to go. We'll see what we've got, but a flag down as I'm watching guys toss hankies around here. It sits at the 10, so hold on.
Wow. a roughing the kicker penalty against Trinity Catholic, so that means the onside kick will come even further into near Trinity Catholic territory.
All right, we'll reset right after this. 1:21 to go, 26-21. Trinity Catholic leads Ridgefield. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Carl Chevrolet is proud to sponsor HAN Network's coverage of the area's best high school sports. No matter the sport, competition in the FCIAC is spirited, so get out and cheer on your favorite team. If you can't make it to the game, be sure to bring HAN Network with you to keep up with the action. Visit Carl Chevrolet in New Canaan or online at carldirect.com.
Well, let's see if we've got some drama after the interesting onside, or the fake punt rather. That changed things at least to let Ridgefield score.
I cannot believe that was a play call from the sideline.
I still can't believe Ridgefield scored, considering the fourth down play.
You know, and they've been shut out the entire second half.
I mean, that was a Hail Mary that wasn't really a Hail Mary, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Now, after the penalty, they are going to kick this ball off at the Trinity Catholic 45-yard line.
Why does Trinity Catholic still have two defenders all the way back near the 15? They should have their hands team all the way up. You know the onside kick is coming.
And it's coming right now. Now the approach. Here it comes. And they put it right into the arms of an up man at the 44. Now, of course, they're all going to push and shove, and we're going to watch. Ooh, and watch out there.
Ooh, that was an official.
Boy, oh boy. That was, I believe, was that Granada? Yes, it was.
Wow.
Granada almost spun around.
And almost made contact with the official, which would have gotten him ejected.
Yeah.
So a valiant effort by Ridgefield. A great job by the hands team of Trinity Catholic to recover that football. And they'll be able to run out the clock because Ridgefield only has one timeout left. So barring, you know, a crazy turnover or some sort of fumble, this game is effectively over. And Trinity Catholic is going to come out with a very hard-fought, well-deserved win without their starting quarterback.
Again, still 1:21 to go and a timeout remaining for Ridgefield.
Ball sits on the 48-yard line. First and 10.
And the ball at the 48. After all was said and done. Crusaders will gather in the huddle. Nick Granada on in relief of Anthony Lombardi. Lombardi, from what we can tell, a shoulder injury. Granada under center. Give it to Bavona. Bavona holding on to that ball for dear life. Gets to the Ridgefield 49. The Tigers will take a timeout with 1:14 to go.
Are you surprised that Trinity Catholic is actually running plays rather than just taking a knee?
I am. I am absolutely surprised.
I'm shocked by some of the decisions that we've seen tonight.
It's been an interesting game for sure.
I think the most shocked is probably AJ.
Fabry or Simonowski?
Simonowski.
Oh, okay. AJ Fabry's on the field. AJ Simonowski standing right here with us, and he's rolling, rolling, rolling. The theme to Rawhide. A TV show from a lifetime ago. And up to the line of scrimmage come the Crusaders. Granada under center is going to hand it off. Bavona stretching, not quite, or maybe enough for a. If they're putting it where I see it, it's a first down, and this ball game is over.
First down, Crusaders.
And that is it. He just kept the feet moving, and that's enough to say goodnight.
Again, a well-deserved victory by Trinity Catholic. Looked like they were going to run away with this football game up 14-0 early. You know, your senior leader and quarterback Anthony Lombardi goes down. You know, with a potential shoulder injury. Nick Granada comes on, not asked to do much, but got it done. and that's what needed to happen. John Michael Bavona, a very solid game, aside from the one special teams blunder. But other than that, a gritty win for Trinity Catholic and a tough loss on homecoming for Ridgefield.
5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Trumbull on top of Greenwich, 28-23. We have one more snap here tonight as Granada will gather them all in the victory formation. Watches the play clock as it rolls down under 10, takes it, drops to the knee, and this one is in the books. And the Trinity Catholic Crusaders get a 26-21 victory here on Friday night at Ridgefield High School, and a good win for the Crusaders as they improve to 3-1 on the year. The Tigers drop a hard-fought 2-2 on the year.
You have to give Trinity Catholic credit. Came out with such fire, looking like this powerhouse offense. And then really in the second half, it was truly a defensive battle, just one score each for each program. But when Trinity Catholic's defense needed to step up, they got it done. And Ridgefield, a bunch of opportunities missed, both with bad timed penalties, and then really poor job in the red zone, from this Ridgefield offense, just not able to get it done. So credit this Trinity Catholic defense on holding strong and holding the line.
And still a story coming out of this game is the injury to Anthony Lombardi, the quarterback and captain, one of the captains of Trinity Catholic. From what we could tell and from what we were told, an injured shoulder, and certainly hoping all the best for him. Truly one of the best quarterbacks in the FCIAC as well.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll hear more about the injury to Lombardi. I think for Nick Granada, it was definitely a learning experience tonight, especially against a solid defense in Ridgefield. But he was asked to do not too much, but he threw a touchdown pass. He completed a couple third downs. He ran the ball nicely on the read option. So credit Granada for a guy who has not had much playing time, to come in here at a hostile environment at Tiger Hollow and Lancaster Field and Ridgefield and get the job done for them tonight.
So the final score from Ridgefield High School, the Trinity Catholic Crusaders 26, the Ridgefield Tigers 21. We'll take a timeout, come back and put a ribbon on it right after this. High school football wrapping up for a Friday night. You're watching the FCIAC on the HAN Network.
Darien Sport Shop is a unique store because it's a family store. A busy mom can come in with kids in tow and find everything she needs for them, and even find a dress for herself for Saturday night. And if she's in a rush, she can simply go home and order it from us that night. We'll deliver it the next day. The Darien Sport Shop. We're pretty on the outside and amazing on the inside. Conveniently located with free and easy parking at 1127 Post Road, Darien, Connecticut. Or shop us online at dariensport.com.
Connecticut is coming back to hometown banking. To a partner that makes small businesses feel big. Where community comes first. Where high-tech tools go hand in hand with a human touch. Where you get the know-how only neighbors can deliver. Where saving time is important too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Back at Ridgefield High School, 26-21 the final score with Chris Irway. I'm Rob Adams. And look, overall a good job by Trinity Catholic to get the job done. They got enough offense early on. But even when Granada came on to replace Lombardi, there was a change in the flow of the offense, but they still scored points.
They did. And granted, they didn't score a ton, but they got the job done. And, you have to credit Granada and credit Coach Panapata and his staff. I'm still a little bewildered on the fake punt with John Michael Bavona. If you're going to run a fake punt, run it to the up man and not the kicker. That's 15 yards deep. But they got away with it. Ridgefield, unable to get the job done here at home. At homecoming, a well-deserved victory for Trinity Catholic. And for Ridgefield, continuing to look for answers on the offensive side of the football. I think they've got a clear answer in Chris Longo at the wide receiver position. Fowler was a bit inconsistent tonight. He did make some solid throws down the middle, but they're going to need to find another deep threat because they can't just live on the dink and dunk passing, the rest of this year.
But the key is don't turn the ball over,
right.
And Fowler didn't do that.
He didn't do that. He managed the game very well. It really was, poor timed penalties. A lot of holding calls. They had a couple blocks in the back. A personal foul here and there. So, while it wasn't, 20 penalties in the first half like we've seen with previous ball games, it was really just, poorly timed penalties that killed a lot of Ridgefield drives because they were really moving the football nicely there for a while in the middle of the game.
They were, but, the Crusaders had just enough. And again, questionable decisions in this game, things that really fascinated me.
Yeah, just some things that if I'm looking at it and I'm a coach, I'd put my life savings on it that I wouldn't have done a fake punt inside my own red zone, with 2 minutes to go. But, maybe they saw something. I mean, John Michael Bavona is an explosive back. Maybe they thought there's no way they're going to think that we're going to run a fake punt here. I mean, there's a lot of things that goes through a coach's mind, and, we're not in Coach Panapata's mind, during that. So he must have seen something. His coaching staff must have saw something to think that would work. It didn't. They lucked out and got the job done tonight.
So good job, and I won't see you next week.
Not next week. Taking a week off, but I will be back the week after.
Chris Kalin will join me in the booth next week for the Marinelli Bowl down in Greenwich as New Canaan takes on the Greenwich Cardinals. We'll also have girls soccer for you on Tuesday at 7 as Wilton plays New Canaan. That is in New Canaan at Dunning Field. And on Wednesday, the FCIAC Cross Country Championship comes your way, 2 o'clock. On Wednesday afternoon. So another busy week as we get set for all the playoffs to get underway that will really get us going on the 29th this month with a lot of soccer on both the girls and boys side as well as field hockey and even volleyball. So busy stretch coming up, and you enjoy your week off.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm definitely going to enjoy it, but I'll be looking for updates during the Marinelli Bowl. I'll be listening in. I'll be watching.
I'm quite sure you will, and that is coming your way next Saturday as the New Canaan Rams take on the Greenwich Cardinals. It's scheduled for 3 o'clock at Cardinal Stadium. We'll have it for you. All the activities, I would imagine, and we'll confirm this as the week gets along, but I would say in all likelihood we will be off and running at noon with FCIAC Tailgate, 1 o'clock FCIAC Game Day, and then we'll have the call, Cato and I, at 3 o'clock in the stands at Greenwich High School. We have not worked in many booths this year.
No, it's been a stands and outside type of thing, so getting our leg day in if you missed the gym.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Cato and I worked in the booth. Well, you and I worked in the booth last week in Danbury.
We did, which was kind of nice.
That was kind of nice. We were kind of spoiled for a night. But in any event, a final thought from you.
Final thought to me is, the health of Anthony Lombardi. I think this offense runs through him for Trinity Catholic. I think for them to make a deep run into the playoffs, even with one loss, which is doable, they need Anthony Lombardi. I think Granada can manage the offense and can be a manager of the football game. But I think Lombardi is a real star, and I think for this offense to run like a well-oiled machine, like we saw in the first quarter and a half. You need Anthony Lombardi. So interested to see, what his prognosis is comes tomorrow when he gets reevaluated.
And for the Tigers, they're looking to hang around and certainly make a run in Class S, so they're there.
Yeah, I mean, two losses is putting you, kind of at the bottom, and you really have to work your way up. When you get to 1 to 2 to really 2 losses, 3 losses, and you're really out of it. But you don't control your own destiny anymore,
Yeah.
so you have to look for help. So really all you can do is go out there and win the rest of your games, and hope for some other teams ahead of you to take a tumble, which we've seen quite often the past couple years.
Nope, that is exactly right. Let's see, anything else we have to get to tonight? We have cross country, as I mentioned, next week. Coffee break, get your day started on Monday at 11 o'clock, and that's about it.
That is it. We could put a bow on this one.
We can put a bow on this one for sure. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. But in any event, with all that said and done, that will do it from Ridgefield High School's Tiger Hollow, Lancaster Field at Tiger Hollow. Final score, the Ridgefield Tigers lose to the Trinity Catholic Crusaders 26-21. A touchdown for John Michael Bavona. Malia a touchdown as well, along with Somers a touchdown pass from Granada. A.J. Fabry, Longo with a couple of catches as well, and Lombardi a 14-yard touchdown run. So our next broadcast comes your way for football next Saturday. It's the Marinelli Bowl. Thankfully, it's almost over, folks, and it comes your way next Saturday at 3 o'clock as the Greenwich Cardinals host the New Canaan Rams. For all of us here on this Friday night, our entire crew, A.J. Simonowski, Marty Hersom, Eric Gendron, all the guys, and for Chris Irway, I'm Rob Adams. Final score, Trinity Catholic 26, Ridgefield 21. The Crusaders are 3-1. The Tigers drop to 2-2. So long from Lancaster Field at Tiger Hollow. Good night, everyone.
The preceding has been a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and entertainment in Fairfield and Westchester counties.